in severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
Where do we stand on sus?
Hahn.
It's lame. It needs Viagra.
And Rosenberg.
I'm going to lift my shirt up, take my pants down, and shake it all around. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a beautiful Thursday.
It's a gorgeous Thursday.
And the Knicks survive. They take the 2-0 series lead. I guess it's good news on OG, right? He's listed as day-to-day.
As good as you could probably get, considering.
And maybe you pull an Embiid and say, you know what? We're going to have you sit out Game 3. We've got the 2-0 series lead. And we'll get you that much fresher for Sunday, Mother's Day, for the Game 4. And heck, if you happen to be up 3-0, then maybe it's, you know what? We won't even play a Game 4 if it makes that kind of a difference with the injury that he suffered, which was really one of the only negatives. Sorry, Peter, lost because he was getting him at 7.5, not the 10.5 at the tip, but it came close. But he ended up the Knicks only won by 5.
We got to discuss what happened there,
and we have to discuss whether this is still considered. Like I have to ask the Knicks fans. Do I keep rolling with this though? Because I didn't win, but the Knicks did.
If I'm coming from a Knicks fan perspective, what we're talking about is that throughout the recent run for the Knicks, Peter's become a very wealthy man, betting the Knicks not just to win, but at times to cover. One was the money line.
All but one. Yeah.
But but unfortunately he had the 7.5 in last night's game, and the Knicks are riding a 5-game winning streak because of this. And I would think that even though you didn't win last night, you still bet the Knicks and they won.
Right.
So I think the vibe has to continue. I think you have to continue to bet the Knicks to get them to continue to win. So the fact that you didn't win is irrelevant.
I'm fine with that.
You bet the Knicks win, period. Right, Alan? Is there any other way to look at it?
There's no other way to look at it. And the only reason why you didn't win the bet is because for whatever reason, the Sixers decided they weren't going to foul in the final.
They didn't do a fouling thing.
I don't understand it. You're supposed to play it. It was still a 2-possession game.
It was right on the verge of fouling.
Every team does this. You just keep fouling. You try to extend the game. Maybe they'll miss free throws. It does happen. And maybe you have a chance. But they just said, let it go. And they that blew my mind because he hits those 2 free throws. Not only does he get his over, you get your you get 8.
And you can't think about there being anything going on with the number because the number for everybody else, if they bet the game that day, was 10.5. Didn't matter unless you bet the day before at 7.5.
There were some people in the building that I heard because of their reaction to not fouling.
They got it at 7.5.
That they had it at 7.5.
No,
they were
because I'm
son of a.
I'm sure Peter's logic was the logic of a lot of others. Why wait?
It could only go up.
Yeah, and we knew if it was going to go up, it was going to probably be something with Embiid. It was going to go up.
It happened.
So you did the right thing. It just didn't work out.
Well, look on the bright side. I did not throw money at OG scoring over 25 points. He scored 24. They're good. They're very good. So
they kind of know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, they do. I got to tell you, Vegas, there's a reason that they always win. But I will say, no matter how you feel about the game last night, and there's a lot to get into, and there was good and bad, I thought in last night's game. Obviously, a lot more good because they won. The biggest news, obviously, by a country mile to me is that it's only day-to-day for OG. Because, in my opinion, and either of you can disagree, I don't think either of you will. If, God forbid, we started today's show on the news that OG was finished, today's show is a funeral. They do not have a chance to win the championship. Zero.
No,
zero. None. Over. In my humble opinion.
I think they'd have a chance to win the series.
Sure. 100%.
And maybe get to the final. Maybe. But, yeah, beating the Thunder or the Spurs.
Alan, can they go on a championship run without OG Anunoby?
No.
They can't.
because of how he's so important to what they do.
He's been their best player.
Like, think about it. Him healthy, and you go to the second round and you play either the Cavs or the Pistons, but especially the Pistons. Who's guarding Cade? He is. Right? Because of the size factor. This was now, of course, best case scenario is that the injury doesn't happen.
Correct.
But we know it did. We know something happened by the way he pulled up and the way he got, like, you could tell something wasn't right. And then he called to the bench, and then he came out of the game. But when he walked off the court and when he walked to the locker room, it looked a lot different than 2 years ago in almost the same exact situation. Game 2, second round. Knicks were going up 2-0 against Indiana. And then he was going down the court, and he pulled up lame, and he was limping, holding the hamstring, limping off the court 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was done. He tried to play in that Game 7. We know it looked terrible. But he was done. This was a little different. This was him like a little hop, and then he walked off the court, but he knew it didn't feel right. And then he went in the back, and he never came back on the floor, which was not like him. And there was nothing after the game, although there was a lot of, there was so many people there and a lot of former Knicks that were there that were all trying to find out, is he okay? It shows you how much those who know or those who watch this team just know how important he is to their success. So everybody cared about it. John Stark's asking me, Larry Johnson, all these guys are going, what do we know? What about him? So the fact that this became, so they were the ones asking.
That's it.
And the fact that it comes up today, that it's day-to-day.
Phew.
And, Ian Begley is even saying on SNY that the mood in the locker room is that he might even still be available to play tomorrow.
Even though we're all in the no need to rush it.
Well, you're up 2-0. If winning that game kind of buys you that time, does it not? And we don't know Embiid's status, but we expect he's going to play. So,
it's as important a win that they got last night than I think since Game 4 in round 1. That they needed to. You had to get out of Dodge with the win last night, especially because, guys, Nick Nurse, as Alan predicted on our show, he obviously would have to try different things without Joel Embiid. That is what he did. We are not going to pretend like the first half went well. That was not the Knicks basketball we'd watched over the 4 games prior to that. Alan, I texted the group. There were a few moments that felt really like Brunson ball, of them just kind of sitting back and watch Jalen try to create. He forced a little bit. He was 9 for 21 from the floor. In the end, he was good. But in the first half, there were some awkward points. They closed the half strong, and then they just really muscled up and beat this team in the second half. It was a critical win.
I still think the Knicks are in good shape. But when you talk about, all right, the injury to OG and holding him out for Game 3, because, hey, we're up 2-0, as opposed to what happened last night if Embiid was a decision because, hey, we're probably not going to win anyway. It's Game 2. All the Knicks would do is hold serve.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more important for the Knicks to win Game 3 than it was for the Sixers to win last night. Because we talk about the importance of that Game 3. Yep. Remember last year, or 2 years ago against Indiana, we had the 2-0 lead. And then the longer a series goes, the more chance of getting hurt. But those Game 3s are so big. You've seen teams win the first 2 games at home and go on to lose the series because they didn't take care of business on the road. Yeah, and all of a sudden, 2-1 becomes 2-2.
It's funny.
And now it's a best of 3.
I'll never forget that Game 3 in Indiana because they almost won that game, and then Nembhard hit that shot completely out of his ass.
And it changed, and then the injuries happened, and then everything changed. Peter, I think they're winning the series anyway, so I'm not making some kind of big, bold proclamation here. But I just think it's more important for the Knicks to win tomorrow than it was for the Sixers to win last night. Because all the Knicks did was hold serve.
I disagree. I think the Sixers, it's a fun point. I think the Sixers win last night. We're all sitting here going, oh, we got a series now. It doesn't matter what happened in those first 4. And they did it without Embiid.
Yeah.
Now we're having a series. The Knicks could choose. Frankly, if OG's unavailable, Don, I'm not saying the Knicks are choosing to lose that game, but they're going to roll. Let's say he's on the line and they go, we're going to hold him out. They're rolling the dice with a loss in Game 3. They're willing to maybe sacrifice Game 3. I think they'll get Game 4 and come back up 3-1.
Can I say that I think they have a better chance winning Game 3 with OG resting or at least sitting out a game than the Sixers had winning without Embiid?
That's interesting because it looked like for so long yesterday the Sixers could win. You didn't think they could?
No.
Really? Well, you knew the shots were going to stop going down?
This is why. And I'll give credit to John Winthrop because in the first half, that was setting up for exactly what Monica McNutt told us.
Yes.
The trap game. It was exactly the game plan that Nick Nurse wanted with the Sixers, is junk it up, get the bigs in foul trouble. There was no Mitchell Robinson last minute. We didn't know this. He had an illness right before the game and couldn't play. He tried to do his warm-ups before the game, and he was sick. Couldn't do it. So they lost him already. And then Towns, they get him in early foul trouble with, by the way, that game painful NBA. With the whistles.
Oh, brutal. First half was brutal.
There were, just a side note real quick. That game was such a maddening game because it was no longer a playoff game. It was no longer May basketball.
It felt like a regular season
January
game.
Basketball, the ticky-tack touch stuff that you were calling. Like, what was that about in that first half? But because of it, and both teams were mad, but because of it, Towns got in foul trouble, comes out of the game. Huckporty comes in. I don't think he lasted 3 minutes. He also had 3 fouls. He comes out. Now they're playing small ball. And Nick Nurse is like, now I got him where I want him. It was working perfectly. And they couldn't miss from 3. Dead eye from 3. And the Knicks couldn't make any threes. So the formula was there. And you know what John said? And yet they're only down by 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
That's what it felt like.
He's right. The Sixers needed a bigger lead by then. But because it stayed close, there was always that chance, and all you kept saying was, the Knicks just need like a 6-0, 7-0 run, and this thing's over. And the 9-0 run came in the last 2 minutes, and then 12-3 to finish the game. But the 9-0 run, when they were down 99-96, they scored the next 9 points. Night-night.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, and it really did feel over at that point.
So it was there for them to take whenever they wanted it, and they took it at the end.
It just feels like the Knicks are winning this series. So we could talk about the importance of this, the importance of that. The better team's up 2-0, and we'll see what ends up happens tomorrow when they shift to Philadelphia. But there is something of value from last night I want to get into. But first, I need to let you know that just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. I know this because I use Viking in my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works, and when you bundle pest control with mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. You know what I liked about last night? The final score. It was close. I think that has value for the Knicks moving forward. All these blowout wins are great, and if you won the game by 30 points, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But at some point, especially after where they lost those 2 close games against Atlanta, I wanted to see them in a dogfight. I wanted to see the game in question in the last 5 minutes just to see how they handle that,
Great point. Mm-hmm.
Because they've got bigger fish to fry. They're going to beat Philadelphia in some way, shape, or form. But as the deeper you get into the playoffs, you're not going to be blowing out, all likely, a Detroit or the Thunder or the Spurs every single night. You're just not going to cruise to a championship. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see how they were going to respond. And let's face it, if for some reason they folded and lost that game last night, tell me you wouldn't be coming in here, not just the fact that it's even at a game apiece, but just like 3 close games in the playoffs, lost all 3.
Right.
So not that it was as close as the 2 Atlanta games, but there were times it was nip and tug, and the fact that they came through,
it was worse. It was 25 lead changes.
Right.
You know, that's the most lead changes that we've seen in over a decade.
But it wasn't a last shot like you had against Atlanta.
No.
But the point, and you're right, all those lead changes back. When I'm watching that game, I'm thinking this has so much value if they win, because as much as you want to kind of keep the streak going with a big blow, because that's the way you win championships, and you want to know you can win those close games.
And we know, they do have that demonstrated performance of being clutch in playoff moments. It just didn't happen this year yet because all of their wins so far have been by 11 or more points, between 11 and 51 points. So they are not – they haven't had those moments, and when they did, like you said, against Atlanta, they missed the shots they needed to make down the stretch. But this was Brunson brilliance late when he got his one-on-ones, and that was important. And it was also their defense. a guy that we really have given a hard time to throughout the season, but once again in the second round coming up with big stops and big defense in the first 2 games is Mikal Bridges going up against Tyrese Maxey. And that's why I said that the way they wore down by the end of the game says a lot about this series because the Sixers are not deep. They only played 3 guys off their bench. And their starters, 4 of them played 39 or more minutes. Maxey played almost the entire game. In the minute 16 he didn't play out of the 48 minutes, his team was -6. That means he was even in his minutes on the court. Think about that for a minute. He played almost the entire game, and for the minute and 16 he wasn't on the floor, there's your 6 points. That's a crazy stat.
No, it is crazy.
How is he going to play 40 minutes a night like he did against Boston and now he's doing in this series? I don't care how young he is. That's going to wear you out in the fourth quarter, and it showed. He was 0 for 3 from 3. Edgecombe 0 for 3 from 3. Paul George 0 for 2 from 3. They were 1 for 10 from 3 in the fourth quarter after going 12 for 24 in the first 3. So the battle of attrition is going to cost them in this series, especially without Embiid. And it's kind of funny, isn't it, that we're talking about minutes and teams wearing down a year after. That was always the worry and fear about this Knicks team. So now it's somebody else that's going through it and wearing out, and the Knicks are taking advantage of it.
So the Knicks 2-0 series lead. The scene shifts to Philadelphia, and we'll see now that they're down 2-0, Embiid in question, how many Knicks fans are going to be in that building?
How many Sixer fans are going to start selling their tickets?
Well, we're going to find out. We'd probably check out and see if there's anything available. I'm sure they're probably doing it, right?
Yeah.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
Although they could have won the game. So I don't know if that galvanizes them to say, hey, maybe Embiid comes back. Maybe we found something. We come home. You think the fact that it was close and all those lead changes, does it make them believe a little bit?
I don't know.
As opposed to if they just got blown out of the game?
Let's flip it.
Because I would think Embiid's playing,
Let's flip it. The Sixers are the Knicks are the Sixers.
Right.
Wouldn't that be the game where you're like, you got to get that game?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
You got to get that game. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you be sitting here lamenting like one shot? Like, what was Paul George thinking on that 3? What were you doing on that shot? Why is Barlow one-on-one on an island against Brunson getting just torched? Like, why is this happening? Why did they play small? All the different things. Bona was playing well. Why wasn't he out there defending the rim? And, there's so many things you could argue from the Sixers side of it going, you had to get that game. You get that game, and now Embiid comes back. Now Anunoby's hurt. You could take the series lead 2-1. But now you're trailing 2-0. Your back's against the wall. You have to win both home games. And, oh, by the way, they haven't won a home game. They lost their 2 home games. Right? They lost their first 2 home games to the Celtics, and the Knicks, the last time they played them, the Knicks won 2 of the 3 games in Philadelphia.
That's the thing.
The Knicks won both games this season in Philadelphia.
It has not really been home court advantage in the playoffs for Philadelphia.
No, and if you think it's a Friday night and a Sunday afternoon, you're going to tell me that New Yorkers can't get down there for those games? Friday night and a Sunday afternoon.
If your mom's a Knicks fan, what better way on a Sunday?
Now, and
I'm
also,
just saying,
if Embiid is out tomorrow, and they already didn't get the win that they thought they were going to get, because if they ended up holding on and getting that
the
one,
lights?
if they'd held on and gotten that, and they head back with a split, I don't think anyone sells their tickets. Everyone goes, we got a split in New York.
Fair.
It's go time.
Very much so.
But you lost one that you had. That was the one to get. It was there for you.
You'd say the building would be up for grabs, game 3.
Borderline up for grabs. As
and if they got blown out,
once
it'd be the same thing. So really,
nonsensically
not
said.
winning the game was the key.
Yes.
Because if they lost by 30, then they're definitely
then they know they're done. But doesn't it feel, isn't it more painful to say we're up 99-96? Like, we've got them. And we can't score, and they scored 9 straight points. Like, that
they're not good
was
enough,
such
guys.
a turn of events.
They're not good enough.
They're
Knicks are
good,
better.
though. They're good.
No, they're good, but
and
the Knicks
well
are better.
coached. They
The
are
better way
well
to say it is the Knicks are just a better team.
Yeah, well, that's
They're
supposed to be.
very well coached. The Sixers are a good team. They're in the second round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Just beat the Boston Celtics.
Yep, not nothing.
But they're not the Knicks. Right?
And Embiid, again, is not having him. Everybody think, I think, what's funny about yesterday's conversation. I think they could be better without Embiid. Are you crazy? Remember what I said? They're going to need, I thought Max is going for 30. You got to stop the other guys from getting to 25. Well, guess what the others got to? 19. Nobody got over 20 other than Maxey.
And if they
the Knicks
did,
had 3 guys over 20.
And if they did, they would have won the game.
They might have.
They might, it's only a 5-point game.
And they shot the hell out of it for 3 quarters, and they still wasn't enough because the four-quarter game and the Knicks' best quarter ended up being in the fourth quarter.
Now, we're an app-only vehicle, likely for the length of the show because of the Mets starting at 3:20 today. So they're just getting underway over on 880. So that's the way you can consume the Mets, who've gotten hot. They've won 3 in a row.
Break them up.
4 of their last 5, but, still. When they get to 500, I'll start to believe that they've really turned it around. But still, they got some wins, and Soto had a home run to lead off the game for the first time in his career. So that's over there.
Okay.
So we're on YouTube, we're on the app, and we're going to be taking you up until 7 o'clock. So let's get your calls in at 1-800-919-3776 on those Knicks. Let's go to Ant in Newark. You get us started off here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What's up, Ant?
Alan, Don, Peter. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
First of all, I appreciate Anthony because of the reason for my call, but I'll keep my promise to him. I'm going to say Knicks in 6.
Okay.
I just think Philadelphia is fraudulent. But with that being said, I'm a Boston Celtics fan. And the reason for this call is because of what I heard from Alan Hahn this morning on Get Up.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't listen to it all, Alan, so I just want a little bit of, you said you would trade Brown over Tatum. I just need some rationale.
That's literally not what I said.
Oh.
I'll help you out. Since you want to
Okay.
this is the problem though.
No.
You want to call, but you want to call and argue me something that A, you have backwards, and B, you said you didn't hear the whole thing. Do the.
But he at least admit
I didn't know. I heard what you said. Yeah, I know what you said. You wouldn't trade either of them. I heard that part.
Yeah, I said if it were me, I'm not
you would
trading
keep
them.
Brown.
But because the conversation is they might trade one of them, and Brown sounds miserable. And I said, well, if you've got to trade one of them, and everybody's expecting you're going to trade Brown, and I just said, I don't know if I would trade Brown. I might trade Tatum instead. And everybody flips out like it's some crazy take. Who was the Finals MVP that year? Who's a better two-way player? Who's the guy in the MVP conversation this year when it was only him and a bunch of nobodies?
Look.
It's not a crazy take.
Because I don't know how much time I have. I'm not a regular, but can I just give my opinion?
Go ahead.
If for what it's worth, I am a very avid watcher of the Boston Celtics. I pay attention. I play basketball, and I'm nobody. I'm no professional or anything. You know a lot more about basketball than me. I'll concede that to you. But what I will say is, as far as the defense goes, as far as two-way, Jason Tatum just not nobody on defense. I think that's very disrespectful to say about him.
I didn't say is Tatum a nobody. I said who's better. Who's the better two-way player?
It's Brown. That's right.
Brown is just to me. That's the guy. And by the way, who's the guy that doesn't have a history of an Achilles tear?
Okay, but this is why we needed to have a conversation. I'm with you.
But that's why I said what I said. It wasn't. See, the problem that happened, and I appreciate this back and forth because at least you are a human being that can talk.
I like this.
You can have
it's
a conversation.
It's a good starting.
You know what I mean? Like that's how we do these things. We have conversations and not just start screaming. The thing that I don't understand, with friends of mine in Boston were texting me after that. They're like, what were you drinking this morning? I'm like, what are you talking about? Why do you hate Tatum? I'm like,
why is that always the case? It's so lazy.
This was what I said. I would not break them up. That's the first statement. I would not break them up. Because the other thing is like people in Boston are like typical, it's a Knicks fan who wants to see them broken up. And I literally screamed it. I would not break them up. However, if that's what they have to do, for whatever reason they have to do it, that's not the guy. The hard choice to make, who's the guy that's got the body that has not been breaking down?
Jaylen Brown.
Who's the guy that won the Finals MVP and the Eastern Conference Finals MVP when I won a championship?
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. Who's the guy that this year, with a bunch of scrubs, had my team winning 50-plus games no one saw coming and was in the MVP conversation and might be a finalist? Jaylen Brown. Like, whether you like him or not, he's the guy that you say I'll go forward with his durability and everything else if I had to break them up. But I'm not saying I would because, personally, I wouldn't, because those two together, when healthy, are the reason why the Celtics are every year the best team in the East.
1-800-919-3776, taking your calls on the Knicks at 4:30. It's That Guy Thursday. 6 o'clock, it's ENN. We're taking you right up until 7 o'clock, and it's all happening here on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers.
The 76ers.
4 to shoot Bridges. Foul line. Step back. 20-footer. Got it. Mikal Bridges. A step back jumper over Oubre.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2. And with a 108-102 victory, have taken Game 2.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tomorrow night at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Yanks on the field against the Rangers. And when everything wraps up there in the Bronx, plan for a packed ride on the Deegan northbound, heading over to the Cross Bronx and the outbound George. Already hitting the brakes there from right before the stadium. Inbound George, some road work on the upper deck and already about 15 to 20 minutes using 8095. Better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Outbound Lincoln already about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Hahn already 20 to 30. Definitely want to stay away from the northern state westbound. In Nassau County, a big crash by the Wantagh involves a pickup truck off the roadway and an SUV facing the wrong way. Everything's shut down. You're stopped there from 106, 107. Definitely want to hop over to Jericho Turnpike or the westbound LIE getting through the area. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
With
With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Empower. Katie got a VIP box for the postseason. She worked with Empower to help her get good at money so she can be a little bad. She planned well and was able to bring the whole family.
Who wants homemade egg salad sandwiches?
Even Beth.
Horseradish? Anyone? How about some tuna on rye?
Oh, strike 3, Beth. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
That's my guy, Ice-T.
Oh, yeah.
Is it his birthday? Or are you just feeling this? Is it a vibe?
I thought for OG. And I know you know Ice-T.
OG Anunoby.
I thought maybe there was
OG.
Oh.
You see what he did? No, I get it.
I right now I could pick, just you give me a lyric from an Ice-T song on OG, on the original Gangster, and I will go. The problem is I won't stop, and
you'll get fired.
Bad words will come out of my mouth. But I won't. But it'll be such a flow, like I won't be able to anticipate the word coming.
No, you're in it too much.
To edit myself.
I actually wish this was your summer performance. Or OG. We need that to be.
I don't think we can do it. Maybe if we're app only that day.
Yes, or like
maybe that's what we need.
That'd be the post performance.
Yeah, we need a beach bash with the Mets having like a 3:30 start, and then I'm app only. Would I be able to do stuff off Original Gangster?
I don't know the OG well enough.
You don't know well?
No, I didn't listen to Original Gangster.
You know Hustler, right?
That's it. That's like the song I know.
HUSTLER, Hustler. New Jack, Hustler. No, New Jack, Hustler.
I mean, that part's not impressive. That's the chorus. But they just repeat the same words over and over.
But I knew that was clean.
Right.
I can't even start because I could start the song, but
I think outside of that song, I probably know Colors, and then outside of, I'm just shot on anything else, Ice-T after that.
Oh.
I only know the actor Ice-T.
Midnight chilling in AM, PM.
Yeah, what about
cool and
5
drinking
o'clock in the
apple
morning?
juice? What?
5 o'clock. Isn't it called 5 o'clock? It's a big Ice-T one.
Isn't it 6 o'clock?
So,
6 o'clock. That's 6, 5. It's early.
That's what I was doing.
That's what I thought. It's 6, it's 5, it's early, isn't it? I'm impressed.
6 in the morning,
I'm impressed that you know Colors, Jacob. You're like truly wise beyond your years.
But Colors isn't on that album.
No, he's just saying overall Ice-T.
All right, yeah. From the movie.
Yes.
But him knowing that. But Jacob's like 12 years old.
Yeah, but he's not an old soul as John Winthrop, who's a 67-year-old man.
Oh, what about I'm Your Pusher? I'm Your Pusher's that's the first Ice-T song I knew. That's a great one.
I might have to listen to it in the break.
I'm Your Pusher. I'm Your Pusher's a hammer. I do not know. I love Ice-T. Don't know that many Ice-T.
You know, app only makes you do strange things. Richard in Manhattan, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Richard?
Hi, fellas. Don, Peter Allen.
Yes.
48 hours ago, who would have predicted that Game 3 the Knicks would be an underdog? Can you imagine that? I mean, think how crazy sports is. It is unbelievable.
Wait.
What do you mean
you're saying who would have picked that the Knicks would be an underdog in Game 3?
Correct. 48 hours ago.
But what?
Tuesday night.
I don't think that. You mean because of OG?
Well, whatever it is, they're an underdog on tomorrow's game, Peter.
Yeah, but they're a 1.5-point dog on the road in a playoff game. It's not. I think even if OG and Embiid were both playing, Richard, I think it would be Philly to be probably a 1 point.
All right, okay. All right, just bring it up. If the Knicks lose this series, fellas, where would you rank this in New York sports history as the most disappointing turnaround? All 4 sports. Don, Peter,
Well, I would say the Mets losing to the Dodgers in '88.
Okay, that's good.
They were a 100-win team. They looked like they were on their way to a championship, and that Dodger team, Gibson was banged up at the end of the series. The Mets had no business losing that series.
Alan, I got two for you. Now, if I could ask any question in the world to any sports figure, I would ask this to Clyde, and maybe one day you will. I would ask Clyde, after the 69 season, you famously said when they lost to the Celtics, you knew the next year would be our year. So when they went into the 69-70 season, they were primed. I would love to ask Clyde, if Sam Jones and Bill Russell did not retire and came back, what would have happened? Alan, if you can ask Clyde that question, I would love to hear that.
Well, we'll pass it along to him.
It's a good take.
It is a good take. Yep. Now it's going back.
The minute Jalen grabs this cup, I'm going to just poke my thumb right in his butt. It's right in your app.
1-800-919-3776. It would be up 2-0. If the Knicks lose to the Sixers, it would be epic. Like I can't envision it happening.
Can you tell me what Richard's question was again? He said if they were to blow it, where would this
rank as far as
I think somewhere behind the 04 Yankees.
Yeah, 04 Yankees would be good too, up 3-0.
I think it's
the
number one with a bullet.
The 88 Mets losing to the Dodgers after beating them 10 out of 11 times in the regular season, that was awful.
Cap.
I just don't think it's going to be on the table.
What do we?
Your timing. You were dealing with something.
Major issue.
Your timing was impeccable. You couldn't be. I know you. You will say that what's happened since you've been gone. You agree with me, Don?
Yes.
Was exactly what you would have wanted to happen while you were gone.
Good.
But you feel good about that?
It's why I did it.
I do, because
is that why you did it?
What happened while I was gone
was not great.
But now it's now
under
we're
control.
All good. Now
okay,
we're good.
We're good.
But that was not great for a minute.
Yeah, but the person who we spoke to, let's call him Rick in Manhattan. He was saying, he was like, Can you imagine? Could we have imagined 48 hours ago that the Knicks would be a 1.5-point dog tomorrow night in Philly? I don't think. I think they would have been around a 1-point dog in Philly. It's a road game in the playoffs.
You're on the road.
Yeah, I just think that's what it is.
But it is odd, though.
They could have been a 1-point favorite.
Now the Sixers haven't been good at home.
I think the Anunoby news is what probably flipped it from being a +1, a +1.5.
Maybe. No, -1.5 to a +1.5.
Yeah. Sorry, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think.
But what
the
if
Anunoby
Embiid was
news,
playing?
We don't know. If Embiid plays, it might push it a little further.
It's interesting
in the favor of the Sixers.
I don't think it's shocking news, though.
No,
but that's what you get from Rick.
Juicy on Route 17.
Oh,
You're
hey,
on
Juicy.
ESPN New York. What's up, Juicy?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Listen, I don't know if it's too soon for Beach Bash song recommendations, but in light of the horrific thing that happened, do you think you could possibly start spreading the news down the shore? You know what I mean?
What, singing New York, New York by Frank Sinatra?
Yeah,
I don't hate
Yankees win, Yankees win. It might be.
I don't hate it.
I
don't hate it.
You mean in honor of Sterling?
You see, by the way, you see what the Yankees are doing?
Yes.
And Boone said that the fact that Boone said, which probably tells you he listens to the show, or still does, that Boone said that he wanted them to continue doing that, the Sterling, the Yankees win, into Frank Sinatra. They did it on the game that they honored him.
Right.
He said, I want that now for the rest of the season. And I think it's great. I love that. And how about a little New York, New York?
I could
Don
do that.
LaGreca?
I could do that because I've sang Frank in karaoke before. I've done New York, New York. I've done My Way.
Thanks for ruining that moment.
What did he do now?
Well, the Yankees won the next day, and they didn't play Sterling.
And they didn't do Sterling.
So I don't think they're.
So that's out.
I don't think they're doing it.
But you could have let that just hang in the air for just a minute.
I did for like 2 seconds, and then I killed it. Shot it dead.
Couldn't
Well, he's got to get the facts out there, doesn't he?
A couple of things I need to tell you about. Number one, Don, I just saw that Ice-T is performing at La Poisson Rouge, LPR, right here downtown, next Friday, the 15th. A small venue, Don. You could see him do 6 o'clock in the morning in front of like 100 people.
I don't think the song is called 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 in the morning.
That's right.
You old timey.
When you're
that's like
when you're
if
a
my
rap
mom
mogul.
was talking about Ice-T song. I like that 6 o'clock in the mornings. Look at me schooling Peter on hip hop. When would that ever happen? What's the hockey equivalent? No,
Don.
That
When you really
was
want
Kevin
to know.
Stevens who scored that
But
goal.
no, that would have been. But no, that's exactly where it would have been. It would have been like it wasn't Stevens. It was Recchi. I understand how you make the mistake, but it wasn't. It was Mark.
You had Mark.
It was Mark Recchi. I was a big Penguins fan. I remember on that team.
Poll? Can we get a strange poll?
Mark Recchi's not a strange poll. For the average person, if you're not a hockey guy or a Penguins fan, Don. So you could go to LPR and see the 6 o'clock in the morning by the iced tea. But also, I went on Freddie and Harry, our good friends at Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Look at the picture they used of me.
Oh my God!
Can I see?
That's Repug Peter.
Everybody had the same response.
Dude, that's 10 years old if it's a day.
God!
That might be before you started here.
Oh no, for sure.
That's not even you.
Where did they get it?
That's not nice. No, that's not nice.
No,
somebody was making a statement.
Yep, I think so.
I have to know when they went on Getty Images or whatever they use, because they're at ESPN Radio.
We need to know.
We pay for wire services. They can get real photos. Where did they? Why? Who's the producer who said this is all I can get?
They also have access to our photos.
But just Google my name.
Dude, somebody was making some sort of a statement. Somebody there doesn't like it.
That photo is so repulsive.
They had to search for that, Peter. That's not going to come up. Just search Google Photos.
We're having Rosenberg
how far
on.
down you've got to go for that picture.
Let's get a hideous photo of him and use that.
That is
as
10
the
years
promo.
old if it's a day.
Now I will tell you. I feel like when I type my name in Google, like the little tiny picture that comes up when your name pops up in this that's not it, is it? It's close to. I don't think it's it though.
No,
it's still not.
That's not it.
American radio DJ and TV host Peter Rosenberg.
American.
Yeah, that's right.
You are
American. God bless.
It's
all right,
so
I'm looking at page one. There's no Repug Peter here.
Somebody
on page
said,
one, I'm bearded.
Let's find
I'm
the
me.
worst picture of Peter.
This was an
and put it
effort.
up.
I think an effort was made.
So, it was no question it was an effort.
Effort was made.
The only thing could have been worse. That would have been showing my arms from the celebrity game.
But at least it'd be from the celebrity game where they'd at least have the argument. I wanted to find something you doing something significant
or athletic.
Let me let me get to the bottom.
Yeah, can you find out what happened there? By the way, do you know that what happened here? Do you know, Don, that the only reason that the only tainted thing about the celebrity game weekend, besides the fact that, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but besides the fact that it was with my ex-wife and Natalie wasn't there, because I would have liked to have gotten to have shared that with Natalie.
Right.
But the only thing that I truly have a regret about with that situation is that when I got to the building, I prepared for everything. I'd been practicing. I'm going to get there early. I'm going to prepare. I left my undershirt at home, and I was fat as a house at that time. And so you don't want the back fat and the arms. I played the whole first half with no undershirt. You have to be very confident to go tank top, no undershirt. What the face that you just made, Alan? What the hell was that?
Not listening to you. It's responses.
Okay. About to me?
No, not about you. This is something
personal.
Completely
He's
different.
still going.
Yeah, you're going. Everything I got to work.
I am trying to find out though if who picked out the picture, but
because I'm looking on my image.
Something else I
on Google Images. I'm mostly. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's an occasional repug, but I'm mostly really good here, and they yet. Yeah, that's just it's not right. It's wrong.
I'm getting to the bottom of it right now.
Thank you.
I sent out a text. I will get an answer.
Oh, I found the event though. This is the event. Here it is. It's me. This is it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's it. It's me. Oh, God, it's bad, man. Hot 97's K. Fox and Peter Rosenberg at the New York premiere of Something from Nothing, The Art of Rap, New York City, USA, 12/6/2012. Come on, 14 years ago?
I was saying, it's 10 years if it's a day. No, longer than that.
I work for ESPN. They could have just asked ESPN's press department for better pictures of me, for God's sake.
That was intentional.
It's upset. I did a good hit with them. I talked wrestling. I talked Knicks.
This is what you get.
You walked in when I was doing it. I was rolling.
Oh yeah.
I gave them good stuff.
Yes.
That person's dead to me.
Whoever did it.
Yeah.
Dead.
I'm
and
getting
it should
to the
be dead
bottom
to
of
you
it.
too.
Yeah.
What is it with this show and us now? We got problems.
Yeah, there's something with us and Freddie and Harry. I don't know what the problem is.
Something's going on, and we need to get the bottom of it. Knicks win. Yankees on the verge of winning their series against the Texas Rangers. Mets trying to make it 4 in a row as they play in snowy Colorado. I got something to say about the Sterling stuff, too, and want to go after a friend of the show. All that coming up. that guy Thursday at 4:30. It's Don Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers.
The 76ers.
4 to shoot Bridges. Foul line, step back, 20-footer. Got it! Mikal Bridges, a step back jumper over Oubre.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2, and with a 108-102 victory, have taken Game 2.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tomorrow night at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I hate to say it because I don't want to start a fight with my wonderful co-hosts who listen to the show. A lot of you people, man, really down on Cashman for years. Really down on him. Guy's a really good GM. I know he hasn't given you the championship you want, so I understand the angst. But for those that paint him as a guy who knows nothing, he is a really good GM.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Sail GP is the ultimate race on water, where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying over 60 miles per hour. Think you know who's taking the win in Bermuda? Make your pick on the ESPN New York app, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now and get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP, High speed, high stakes. The ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st.
That's what I had forgotten, that his DJ was Evil. E for short.
That's right. That's right, man.
Not too bad. Not one of my favorites.
It's the chorus. You really want the chorus, though. It's the.
That was the Colors?
No, that was I'm Your Pusher.
No, I'm Your Pusher, yeah.
Because again.
Well, that was as dirty as possible. So I
no, that's all right. You found the clean part.
No, you did the best part.
We appreciate that. Iman Shumpert's going to join us coming up at 4 o'clock.
Shump to you and me.
Working the Knicks series, talk about the Knicks and the Sixers. Knicks up 2-0 after their victory last night. And I was mentioning that I thought it was a good thing that it was a close game, and the Knicks came up on top in a close game. If you're just joining us, OG is listed as day to day. So we'll see if it's going to be, hey, we're up 2-0, let's not push it. But I do think game threes are important. If you look at the history in this city, or just the Knicks in general, go back a couple of years ago, that Pacers series, how much it changed after that game 3 loss. And all you did, I think the Knicks are winning the series, all right? But still, until you do it, you haven't done it. But they just held serve, right? They won the 2 games at home. You're supposed to do that. And now we'll see if the Sixers, with Embiid, without Embiid, can hold serve, and then we get a best of 3 coming back to Madison Square Garden for Game 5 on Tuesday. And by the way, on Tuesday, we are going to be outside the Garden doing the show. If there is a Game 5.
You bet your ace.
And we'll see. But the Game 3 is not nothing, guys. I know you're excited, and they're up 2-0, and it doesn't look like the Sixers are putting up much resistance. That was the game they should have gotten, and they didn't. So you feel like they could be dead. But, hey, Joe Torre always said it in baseball, and any hockey and obviously baseball and basketball that have a best-of-7 series, Game 3 is big. It's always big. No matter if it's 2-0 or 1-1, Game 3 is a pretty big deal, and that could change the series. So the idea, we got this, we can give up Game 3, you could, but I wouldn't advise it.
Nobody's thinking that way. That's what I'm like. Nobody's thinking that way. That is simply now about, and that's been the thing we keep learning about this team. It's all little stuff. It's a game that, and Monica said to us, right, the trap game, and the whistles go the way they go at the start of that game, and that's Tyler Ford and Tony Brothers saying, we heard all the rhetoric about tough talk going into this game. We're not letting that happen. And they called everything. It was embarrassing. January fouls. That's what I was calling them. They're January fouls. You don't call those fouls in May. Come on, man. But that's what they were doing. And so we've seen a Knick team melt down because fouls aren't going their way. Frustrated with the officiating. Spending too much time complaining to officials.
Oh, yeah.
They have done that in the past. That's in their DNA. And Mike Brown has done all he could to kind of get it out of their DNA. That was a game clearly that you could have seen them start to melt down and get in their own heads and have it affect them and all that stuff. Didn't happen. They showed kind of a mental fortitude and just stayed in it. And Brunson, after the game, talked about poise, how important it was to have poise. And they're trying to be in the moment. About how, all right, blowout wins are nice, but that was yesterday. We have got a game today. We can't think about what happened yesterday. It's always about the next game. And this all sounds cliche to everybody, and it is. But you know what, though? When you are going through something like this, you almost have to do it that way. And that's what I really respected out of that game. It was an impressive win because it shouldn't have been a win. Does it make sense to say they stole a home game in the playoffs?
No, that's how it felt.
Because that's what it felt like.
It did. The entire first half, you felt like, oh, man.
I defy you to tell me a Knick team in this current iteration that you've been watching, that you're like, that as you're watching that game, even in the fourth quarter, and you go, well, they're going to lose this game, right? Like everybody felt that. There is probably going to end in a loss. We're all going to be frustrated. It's going to be annoying. And you're watching it, but it didn't happen. And you got to feel good about that.
And you do have to feel like in a lot of ways it was stealing it.
Which is why going into Game 3, a place in a building they're comfortable being in a team that now is their backs are against the wall, and you got to feel like the Knicks will go into this thing with the right mindset. And win or lose, I just don't think they're going to do dumb things to lose the game.
No, especially the way it went down in Game 2. Another reason why I like the fact that it was close. It kind of humbles you a little bit, right? Where, hey, be careful, because if the exact same game happens and now they're home, now they steal a game. We let them back into the series. That is the conversation. That's why Game 3 is so big. Because no matter how it ends up the way it looks, if the Sixers win, what's the headline? The Sixers are back in the series. That's the headline.
It all depends on what it looks like. Does Embiid do it, right? Is he the reason why? Does he have a huge game? Is Towns getting in foul trouble again? Because Towns the best player in this series, guys. He's the best player in this series. Nobody wants to say it, but he is. And he only played 27 minutes, and he still had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's dominant when he's on the court. But he's got to stay on the damn court. And Embiid's really good at getting you in foul trouble.
I know.
So
you're breaking it down on how you feel, but the theme would be Sixers are back in the series.
Well, it's
2-0 becomes 2-1. Game 4 is back in Philadelphia.
Remember last year?
They're back in the series.
The Knicks won 2 games on the road to go up 2-0, come home. And we did the game before Game 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was what? Got to win this game, right? Take control of the series and all that stuff. Boston wins, and we all know it opens the door. Anything can happen. I'm telling you, yes, they get back in the series, but you still own control.
Well,
because
back
if
in
you
the
get
series,
the split, series over.
Well, both could be true.
Right.
You're still in control. You're still up 2-1.
That's why Game 2 was so big.
And you still have home court advantage.
Yes.
But it still lets them back in the series, right? When you don't win a game, right? How do you feel you're in? All right, you've lost 2 games. There was a game you could have stolen. You didn't if you're the Sixers.
Right.
But all of a sudden you win a game. No matter what it looks like, you won a game.
I understand. I get it. It's still
so you don't even want to have that conversation.
But they've won 5 straight games in the playoffs, which is they have not done anything like this since 1999 when they won 6 straight. They won Game 5 against Miami first round, swept the Hawks for 4, and then won Game 1 of the conference finals against the Pacers. 6 straight. That's the franchise record. This is the second most wins in a row they've had. So they've been on a toot, some might say.
They have certainly.
And so, winning Game 3 on the road would match something that you've only seen, one time in franchise history. It's asking a lot. Are they good enough to do it? Yes. But at some point, they're going to lose a game, right? It's going to happen.
Of course. And you know what? As much as you wouldn't want it to happen in the conference final, is that it's going to happen at some point. You'd like it to happen. You know when you like to happen? Up 3-0.
Of course.
You'll let them have Game 4. We'll come home. We'll take the series, celebrate on 7th Avenue.
Well, let them
advancing to the conference final.
Why do you do that, though? You let them have it. Like, I'm not letting them have anything. You got to take it.
I'm just saying, if you're going to lose a game, lose it when you're up 3 games to none, and then you walk out of the game just going like, all right, we let them have it.
We'll close that at home.
Who cares? No,
but
just close it out at home.
They were up 3-1 against Sixers 2 years ago. Said, we'll just close it out at home. Guess what happened?
True.
They go back and close it out in 6.
Yeah. So, a little bit of a different team. Both of these teams are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Iman Shumpert is going to join us next. I'll talk some Knicks basketball. That guy Thursday at 4:30 p.m. and at 6. Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Did your dog just get groomed? She's got a pep in her step.
Actually, she's gotten famous. She's one of 18 dogs on the New Jersey Dog Scratch-Offs from the New Jersey Lottery.
What?
Yeah, New Jersey voted, and 18 dogs were chosen.
Well, look at her.
It's gone to her head a bit.
Play the New Jersey Dog Scratch-Offs, featuring 18 real New Jersey dogs and a top prize of $200,000.
Oh, are you a famous doggy? Yes, you are.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic, and in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up. It's free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Oh no, I dropped my lip balm in the water. I can't think of anything worse than the looming threat of potentially having chapped lips. It was ginger vanilla too, my favorite flavor.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams.
This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
Yankees win. Yankees win 9-2 over the Rangers, so they take 2 out of 3 from Texas at the stadium. So the Yankees just continuing to cruise after a loss last night. They get back to their winning ways tonight. The Mets are playing right now, top of the 4th inning in Colorado. They're up 2-0. Mets looking for their 4th straight win.
Break them up.
And they've got the 2-0 lead on the Rockies. It's helped they've played garbage teams, but hey, wins are wins, man. You don't throw them back. And I want to apologize to our audience. I said we were going to be on until 7. I'm sorry. We're only on until 6:30 because we have coverage of Game 2 of the Cavs and the Pistons, with the Pistons up 1-0. Hey, you want to scout the possible opponent, right?
I planned on being here till 7.
Well, you can sit and listen to the first quarter of the game.
Yeah, let's just sit and listen together. Oh, look, Danhausen is on SportsCenter. What a time we live in, folks.
Go Knicks.
I don't care for this at all.
I thought you like Danhausen.
No, I like Danhausen.
Oh, you're saying about him being on SportsCenter?
Just that
it's a lot.
Wrestling has infiltrated our company.
Didn't you guys hear my comp that I made?
No.
Like I'm the biggest. But go ahead, finish your thought.
All right, so that game coverage begins on 880 at 6:30, right after us. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Peter Rosenberg continues.
My theory is, I think for some people, like to me, it's very interesting and neat that we have WWE and ESPN are in bed together. And in some ways, it's very cool for me because obviously I work at both. So there's some neat stuff there, and it's given me some cool opportunities I'm excited about. I could see how there are people out there, though, who feel that, and I think I said this early on, it's sort of like having, when everyone goes, oh, have you had the, Penthouse, I think it's Penthouse or Hustler, I can't remember which, supposedly has an incredible steak at their club here in the city. I don't remember which one it is.
Okay.
Well, there are two things you love, but the idea of going to the Penthouse Club and having a steak, there are a couple of tremendous things happening. I don't know that I want those things all together. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So there's some people who can be thrown off by when you mix these two things together. Like, for example, there were just baseball highlights going on, and then it said cursed, and Danhausen walked out. It is a wild time that we're living in.
I don't like it, but they don't ask me.
You're not making the call, you're saying.
Right.
That's fine.
But I made, or actually Alan made a call.
Yeah.
Hey, Iman Shumpert, come on, Don Hahn,
you bet your age.
I think I said please.
Of course.
I don't think I said it.
Well, you could have demanded. You're significant enough, but you're not a bad guy.
I would not demand that of Shump. No.
And he joins us here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, y'all? Thanks for having me.
Always.
It's good to have you. Is the OG Anunoby news with a hamstring being in a day-to-day situation and not something that could be long-term, because we know how dangerous these things are when it comes to hamstrings and such. Do you look at it that as best possible outcome for the Knicks when you consider, 2 years ago he really couldn't play for the rest of the series?
Without a doubt. I think that him having this, he logs minutes. He's a durable guy. He's a guy that usually stays healthy. I can only imagine what he's like in the weight room. I don't think it's too bad a scare, even if he has to sit out. I think that's exactly what you do as the Knicks. You go out here and you give yourself the best chance just in case something like this happens. So for them to go up the way they've gone up, they took care of home court. If there is a possible need to sit out for a game 3 or for a game 4, it can happen because they've done their work early, and he's been a huge part of that. So I think they'll be fine.
No, I'm totally with you, but we were talking about it earlier. Those game 3s are scary. You look at best-of-7 series, even though I think the Knicks are the superior team here. You just don't want to give the Sixers life, especially with the game 4 back in Philadelphia. As much as you want to rest OG, and I think that's the smart thing to do, boy, you'd love to just be able to put your foot on their throat here in game 3.
Without a doubt, but that's the beauty of having the offense ran through a Karl Anthony Towns. That's the beauty in having a Jalen Brunson that can now, take heed and say, hey, I'm going to make sure to make a little bit more of a ball-dominant game because I need to make sure I get the right guy's shot. They have the capability to do these things. It's just that's not something you want them doing for an entire series. But the great thing about the Knicks is them finding that we can play through Cat. And playing through Cat took a lot of pressure off a lot of guys. There's still going to be shots available. There's still going to be cuts to the basket with that late pass to the rim. There's still going to be things available to manufacture offense outside of that. So I don't think the Knicks need to panic in that sense. They've played in other ways. They've won plenty of games where OG wasn't even playing that well offensively. Maybe he wasn't that involved. Maybe he didn't get going defensively or on the rebounds, and they still find ways. So that's a good thing about the Knicks is they've had to find ways in previous series and previous years. So this is a good team to stay together for that.
Shump, let's assume everything with OG is what it appears to be. Sitting right here 2 games into the conference semis, should the Knicks win the East?
I think so. I think we thought so early on, and the surge of offense and the flurry of threes that Boston is designed to do with them having that and having Jason Tatum, it brings in the question that the Knicks had a longer road than we once thought. But I don't think anything's changed in what we expect out of the Knicks or else. The Knicks still have that pressure because they are that team, but I think that they are stepping up to the plate and handling it really well. At least they've shown that in the first 2 games.
Shump, did you see JR get caught up in the crowd after game 1 outside the building?
I saw it. I called my boy to make sure he was all right, man. He was laughing. He was in good spirits. He just was trying to figure out why everybody pulled their phone out instead of picking him up. He was like, I feel like it was kids. He said, I felt like it was kids and babies under me. I'm trying to get help, and they just taking more pictures and video laughing. He's like, it was crazy, but
you cannot go out
made it out of there safe.
Shump, we got to protect you at all costs.
That was
you
the next thing I was going to say. I am not allowing you out there. Like, it's become a thing. I was walking.
I think fans are pretty cool. Fans are pretty cool around me, man. Usually I be having. That's why I try and wear the suit. When you got the suit on, it's hard to bum rush a man in the suit. It's just tough. It's just tough, man.
That's the thing is that I don't think there's a lot of Knicks fans out there for sure, but I think there's a lot of troublemakers, people that want to try to get their 15 minutes, just showing up and not really caring about the team. And I think that's what's causing a lot of the problems because, listen, I've dealt with Knicks fans. I mean, they see a former Knick go down. They're going to help them out. I think there was a lot of just people wanting to be there more than celebrating a Knicks win.
Yeah. He said it was just too much love. He said it wasn't a bad thing going on, but it was just a little too much love. Yes, that's it. Yes, you can clearly you can overwater a plant. You can do it all because JR had a little bit too much. He said, "You know what? Enough love, guys. Enough love."
Do you remember? I don't remember that stuff. The years you were with the Knicks and you guys made the playoffs and stuff. And I know. No offense, it wasn't a long run like we're seeing these days, right? But still, after one playoff, I'm sorry,
that was not nice. No, it wasn't needed. Wasn't needed.
I'm just saying, we got to bring context to this whole thing. but there was a couple of years ago they won one damn playoff game and they shut down the 7th Avenue. That's not something you don't remember any of that from back then, right? This feels like a new generation thing that's going on.
Yeah, but it's also they are capable. I think that when you stack up the Eastern Conference right now, especially with what they were assembled for, I think New York can just feel it. It's not a thing. And what I've realized from, being a Chicago guy and coming to be a part of the New York culture, the Knick culture is just them saying, even though we complain, we still love our GM. We still love our owner. They don't know how to say it, but it's like a cousin that you can't shake that cousin. You got to talk to him. You got to argue with him. You act like it's complaining, but it's not complaining. You love doing it. And when the Knicks fans look at that, I think that they sit confidently thinking we got that close and it wasn't a fluke. And I'm willing to say it wasn't a fluke when I look at it, especially after I saw that convincing win that they just pulled off for Game 2, knowing that Joel wasn't going to play at least either a Game 2 or a Game 3 because we knew that wheel was going to wear down. And I can only assume the Knicks knew that too.
Iman Shumpert joining us here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Tomorrow, Game 3 from Philadelphia, Sixers and the Knicks, and New York is up 2-0 in that series. Peter just asked you about the Knicks being the best in the East, and the number 1 seed's Detroit. And everybody kind of wrote them off when they were down 3-1 to Orlando. But now they've quietly won 4 in a row. Can Detroit play their way back into being the big-time threat, or do you think that the Knicks have already proven they're clearly the best team?
I think that the Knicks have pressure on them to win this series. I think that Detroit, though number 1, they don't have the pressure that the Knicks have on them. They didn't have the expectation. They weren't favored. I think Detroit plays free like that because they kind of play with the church's money a little bit. You know what I mean? You're not really in trouble, so to speak, if you don't fare well in this situation. Yeah. I think that it would be a disappointment, don't get me wrong, to have done all this work, grabbed the number 1 seed, done everything that you were supposed to do, and then not be successful. But I don't think we all expect Detroit to get a championship. I think they're a player or two away. Cade Cunningham is responsible for at least 50 to 60 points every night. I mean, he does a damn good job at it, but I can't imagine that this continues round after round. At some point, you wear down or people wear you down.
Shump, is there a certain point that this team can get to, a certain number of wins in this playoff in which you could say, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are not any major changes this offseason? Is there any sort if they make the finals, you're confident they'll stand pat, or do you just think it's a wait and see how it looks?
I think that the Knicks stay together if they get to the finals. They have to come out of the East, though. I think that without coming out of the East, they will feel somewhat of some pressure. They just did a lot for this. They did a lot for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to feel like it's slipping through your fingers. You want to do it now before it doesn't become about management. It becomes about players feeling like we're not doing enough.
Right, and especially with the rumors about Giannis and who might end up going in a deal if they try to get you. So how much of a conversation is that in the room, Shump, that when you're losing or you're having conversations during shoot, is that something you're conscious of what might happen if we fall short?
You lived it, Shump. You lived it, didn't you? Back then?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you'll know the reality of, I could get chopped. And what I understood back then was, it took my brother to explain it to me. He like, you not in trade rumors every weekend because you not nothing. You in trade rumors because you have value around the league. People see you and they see that you have value. They want to use you. So you're going to be the first thing thrown into a trade conversation. So I had to grasp it from that. But when you first initially hear rumors, you just confused because it's like, why didn't nobody talk to me direct? Like, that's usually the problem, where it's like if management, if people are coming and they're having a conversation, which I think they usually do that after your first contract, then you start getting into being able to talk to the higher ups and have that conversation, unless you're already one of the standout guys for your ball club. But then they'll have you more in the loop to where it's not such a surprise. But when you first get in there, it's just like, yeah, you're in trade conversations. You're trying to play mentally. It's a mental warfare. It's exhausting. I can only imagine what guys go through, but that's the nature of the beast.
And the guy that I think of when we have this conversation is Cat, right? He could be a guy that could be a part of a forever situation in New York, or he could be a guy that gets dealt again and maybe gets the moniker of you can't win with him. It feels like of all the players, he might have more on the line than anybody else.
That's the beauty. But that's the beauty of having it on the line. When you got something to play for, you got something to inspire you, you play a little different. I think we little by little see it and notice it in Cat. Him being able to make the adjustment that he wasn't able to make in the beginning of the season. You got to realize in the beginning of the season, he was lost out there. He didn't understand where he fit in. He ran some of these same actions that he's running now. He didn't run them with the same type of confidence. He wasn't looking for the same type of stuff that he's looking for now. He wasn't using people for the late pass to free himself up with offense. Like, the way he's playing now just really makes sense. And it's like, with him having his back to the wall in this dynamic of where will Giannis go? Should we rebuild? Should we get the team like this? Should we go this direction? Like, when you start talking about all that, he can hear it, but I think it's inspiring more than it is intimidating.
Is it like that? Like when you went to Cleveland, you walk in knowing, like that. You talk about the inspiration, the pressure, like LeBron. Like I got to get a chip here. Like, that was his goal of going back to Cleveland, was winning one there,
without a doubt. So
you felt that, right, when you walked in
there.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt. When you get traded there, you walk into something saying, hey, at first you feeling like you're unwanted. On the other end of it, you just like, damn, they kind of gave up, threw in the towel on me, whatever. And then you walk out of that feeling and you walk into open arms, and they're like, now that you and JR are here, we really know the direction we're going. Like, y'all make this make sense. Like, everything you do over there, we just need you to do it over here. So there's an excitement in that, you know what I mean? But that pressure while you're on the other team, I wouldn't replace that for anything, especially not for Cat, because I think that he's thriving in it. Some players need that. They need that extra push. And if that's what it took for Cat, that's what it took. But right now, he needs to stay where he's at mentally, because that space is great for what the team needs right now.
He's in a good spot right now. You would appreciate what Bridges is doing with Maxey in this series so far, right? The way he's really making him work, he's turning the ball over. He's got Maxey in a little bit of a torture chamber right now. What are you seeing from him in that matchup?
I think his length. He's using his length. And Michael's a guy that's done that previously, throughout the playoffs last year, and, this year. It's just we've been so focused on, the poor shooting performances that have been happening, which I know he'll figure it out. All players go through something and have to figure it out, man. And I think he doesn't get enough credit for being solid sometimes, because it's like, we did so much to get you, we expect more. You know what I mean? But as far as just being a solid player, Mikal Bridges is one of those guys that makes the right play. He doesn't do too much. He keeps the train on the tracks a lot of times. Even though he takes a shot and might not make a shot, he takes the right shot, which could lead to an offensive rebound, which could lead to another action for another player. So I don't think that with him not playing extremely well off the gate, we should negate the rest of the things he's doing well. But that's what he got paid to do. Like, we knew that Mikal Bridges would come in there and defend. We knew that he makes it tough for positions 1 through 4. It's like him showing his value. It just, every series you get shown what you can do, a little differently. And I think it's exciting to know that you can go through it. So it's going to be good when we retell the story and Mikal Bridges could come out of this having a terrific playoff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, that's how the NBA it is. That's how it goes.
Iman, earlier in the conversation, you brought up LeBron James. Tonight they're playing Game 3 against the Thunder. Very possible they could be down 3-0. We could be looking at maybe this weekend, the last game ever of LeBron James. Do you think it'll be over this year, or do you think he comes back? And will it be with the Lakers? Where could he go?
I mean, he could go to Cleveland. That would be a nice story. I'm telling you. But I don't know, man. It's got to be cool to even be able to make this decision at that age. Whatever he chooses to do and give back to the game, I'm cool with it. At first, I was like, I don't think people should just be doing that. It's, other spots in this league that, need to be filled by some young guys that never got a chance. But when you see LeBron still go through the playoffs and still be productive in this way, why not?
Mm-hmm. I love it. I want these guys tear the uniform off them.
That's
right?
it. Play until you can't.
But you have to. You got to be able to appreciate the call your own shot, right? To be to be able to decide what you want to do. I'm sure he'd want to. Now the question: will the Lakers want him back?
I would say, why not?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I can't imagine not wanting LeBron James back, especially not after you saw what he just did. I don't think that he's playing, I think he's adjusting the way he plays to keep himself from getting hurt. I think it's smart.
I think a lot of time he puts in.
If you're going to trust anybody, if you trust anybody with knowing their own body, you could trust LeBron James.
It'd be nice if Austin Reeves showed up tonight. That'd be nice. That'd be helpful. Because he was
That would be nice, but we have to understand that Austin Reeves had no oblique injury. He sat out. He's not going to be as in shape. We saw that when he first came back against Houston. He struggled. There was times that he just struggled, his movements. Now you have to add that to the in shape and in your face OKC defense, and it takes an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Every series is different, but Austin Reeves is right on cue to be able to deal with that. His body and his mind is going to have to now get adjusted to say, okay, we are playing OKC, and it's full tilt boogie the whole time.
Look at him bringing rationality to this conversation. See? All we're doing is just screaming at a player needs to be great. And he's like, hey, listen.
Well,
he is dealing with it.
Yeah, like.
Listen, you're really good at this, man.
Appreciate
continue
you,
doing what you're doing. Love to have you on down the road.
I got you, man. Whenever y'all need me, tap in.
Awesome.
All right, be safe out there.
This was great. Iman Shumpert. Yeah, listen, I know you'll be tempted. Don't go out there if the Knicks win Game 5.
With the fans.
No.
It's going to sound like a drop. It's not. I was walking out of the Garden with Larry Johnson. Okay? And we were going out a side exit for exactly the reason. As we're walking out, and we were both talking about JR's experience. And he said, that's why I'm walking out this way with you. He's like, don't get me in there. Like, now the players are a little aware of it, and they're kind of concerned. Because it used to be nice to go out, high-five some people.
No, it's too much.
But the JR experience kind of has a lot of a lot of Knick players.
I'd had that thought even before then.
Shook a little.
And by the way, remember, we got to talk more about how my bet may be involved in all this. And if you don't know, FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlay. It's all NBA playoffs long with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY 467-369.
That guy Thursday.
Oh, you got someone?
I got somebody.
Yeah? All right.
Yankees win, but they lose Dominguez. Looks like he's going to the IL because of an injured shoulder. We got Yankees to talk about, Knicks to talk about. Mets are up 2-1 in the top of the 5th inning. It's all happening. Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
If you manage an active facility, you don't have time for disruption. Tricon Construction specializes in working inside healthcare, commercial, and industrial buildings without shutting operations down. That means tight planning, clear communication, safe, disciplined execution, because when patients are inside, when tenants are working, when production can't stop, there's no margin for mistakes. When it has to be handled professionally and handled right, Tricon is the only choice. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Knicks win. Boop, boop, boop. It's all happening.
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2, but Jalen Brunson had more in the tank down the stretch.
Most importantly, just staying poised, staying composed.
Philly played, I thought, pretty well. OG got hurt, and you still beat them.
Through a playoff basketball game, just found a way to execute.
The Knicks have taken Game 2 and a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Yanks game just wrapped up not too long ago in the Bronx, and happy fans making their way over to the outbound George and the Cross Bronx. Deegan northbound just crawling from the Bruckner and the Triborough. Cross Bronx westbound, a solid ride heading over to the outbound George. You're slammed there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck if you can, about 10 to 15 minutes. Upper level, about a 20 to 30 minute ride using 80-95. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet at 20 to 30. Outbound Holland, now going to run you about 45 plus. Looks like a crash on the belt eastbound in Brooklyn over by Ocean Parkway. Solid delays there. Go back to the Verrazano. After that, some more company eastbound heading over to JFK in Queens. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen. Rich Eisen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payments sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
We all have that one friend.
I'm talking about the yo-yos who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans.
Or know that one person.
I'm here with my family.
Who can't help but be.
He's not cool. His voice is weird. He's kind of a dork. His brother's a tool. His girlfriend's annoying.
That guy.
I didn't know it was Banner night. We won't be out for that.
It's time for That Guy Thursday.
Hey guys, anyone want to play some ball?
With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
He's just being that guy.
Don, tell me.
Yes.
Who have you ever known who sets themselves on fire? And not only that part, also, in addition to that, bathes in pork and beans. I do want to know that.
I don't even remember saying that, but I was talking about the Bills fans.
I'm talking about the ones who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans. Where did it come from? How did it? It's just genius.
Well, thank you.
You really should be proud of it.
When was the last time you had pork and beans?
I got to tell you, I was just thinking.
Almost never.
My mom.
Not big in the Jewish household.
No.
My mom would always serve it with dinner. I don't know if my dad liked it.
With hot dogs?
Yeah, like hot dogs, or even like if it would just be one of the sides, right?
Why don't they just put cyanide in a bowl?
Like,
listen,
if
stuff they made.
Hot dog, pork, and beans. Literally,
that
just
was
put a gun
for,
in your mouth.
Listen, that was dinner for us. Can you imagine? Like,
it's
stomach
horrifying.
for the rest of the night. You had no
Oh,
chance.
forget it.
Well, our house, I'll tell you.
In the middle
It was
of
a very,
street.
very, very fine house.
Oh, that one too.
Jalen starts singing that song.
How?
Because she did. It's weird how she just absorbs certain music. It's in the car. Because now they've gotten beyond the where I don't have to play Kids Bop anymore. So they kind of just listen to whatever's on, and now she just loves that song. It's a great song.
By the way, Eagles Hotel California channel. You see it? Popped up.
Oh, they're gonna have an Eagles channel.
They just got a little alert from Sirius.
Well, can they keep it? How about keeping it? They keep doing that with the Billy Joel channel.
Yeah, I know.
They put the Billy Joel channel. It's on for a month and a half. Then they take it away, and then like 3 months later, it's back. Listen, it's Billy Joel, all right? They've got a full-time Tom Petty. They've got a full-time Bruce Springsteen, Grateful Dead, Pearl Jam. You can't have a full-time Billy Joel, or is it just a money thing?
I don't know.
It might be just like a deal, like short-term. I don't know. Mark Feinstein, you like him?
Well, we love him.
We
love him, right?
Family.
Oh, yeah, really close.
MLB.com, great guy. I great respect for him. But can I nominate him for that guy?
Oh,
but I like it. I like it.
I won't let you do it.
I like what he's doing here.
Okay.
Let him dig his own grave.
No, I like this.
Okay.
All right. What did he do?
He put out a tweet.
Good for him.
Crazy stat pretty much sums up New York baseball at this point. Aaron Judge leads the majors with 15 home runs. Bo Bichette leads the Mets with 16 RBI.
Oh,
again,
listen, the Mets
didn't need to do it, but he did it. He's being that guy, and I love it.
I don't know. I mean, it is an interesting stat, though. Only the Mets and Yankees are always going to be connected at the hip, right? As much as people say they don't play in the same league, they only play a handful of times a year, they both share the same stage, right? So that is an interesting stat. How good are the Yankees? Well, they've got a leader in home runs with 15, and the Mets leader in RBIs is 16. Well, the Mets are trying to make up for lost time here. They're trying to win again. They're fourth in a row. They're up 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth.
Yep.
That guy is a friend of the show.
No.
Chris Russo.
Oh, no.
Now, as we know, back on Monday, we lost John Sterling at the age of 87. So they started making the rounds. Does John Sterling belong in Monument Park? And the answer is without question, yes, because I'm sorry, Bob Shepard is in Monument Park. All right. They also have
Mel Allen.
Mel Allen is in there. And you may disagree, but I don't know if Phil Rizzuto would make it into Monument Park just as a player. But because of his broadcasting, it became a no-brainer, and he's in Monument Park. And they actually list, obviously infielder and broadcaster. But, Mel is in there, and Mel Allen's in there. Bob Shepard is in there. So I think John Sterling, 5,000-plus consecutive games, being there for as long as he was.
36 years.
Yeah, he's going to go. Interesting take from Russo. He doesn't believe that any broadcasters should be in Monument Park. He believes the Monument Park should be just for players, coaches, managers, executives, people that affected the outcome of the game.
I get what he's saying. And I kind of agree.
All right. Well,
Monument Park should be sacred ground. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be in, like the Hall of Fame part. Like you could still put, I think the broadcasters, you could have that division in a Yankee Hall of Fame. But Monument Park, especially Monument Park, does have this feel of something that is a little more sacred to players and managers, right? Don't you think? Again, this is not. I absolutely adore John Sterling and the career he had and the voice that he was and all that stuff. This is not this is not about him as much as it's. I get what Russo's saying. I mean, Donnie, you're talking about the games that were won and the championships that are won and the players who did the job. That's why you get a monument. That's why you get the plaque and all that stuff. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't be honored in a different way, but I don't know if it's that way. Does that make sense?
I listen, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, it's not just an opinion.
I just think that guy on the week that he died.
Well, I don't think he needed to say it. Yeah.
Just
right.
let it go.
Should he have waited till July? Sure.
Because here's the point, is that it's a moot point. Because there's announcers already in there.
They're going to do it, yeah, of course.
So, obviously, if you're going to put announcers in there, why wouldn't you put Sterling? I know Michael would deny it, but if Michael's only 65 years old, Michael's done Yankee games for 34 years. If he does it for another 10, which I think is definitely in the cards for him, and he was an announcer for the Yankees for 45 years,
he's going.
Guess what? He's going into there, too.
Yes.
Because I understand it's about wins and losses, right? But, you put Don Mattingly in there. He didn't win a championship, so it's not about championships.
Well,
it's about greatness.
It's greatness, yeah.
And John Sterling was great. And I'm sorry, maybe because I'm an announcer, and I've always, even before I started doing play-by-play, I always connected with people that did the play-by-play. I loved Bob Murphy, and he's recognized along with Ralph Kiner at Citi Field because I think they're so much a part of the experience of being a Yankee fan or being a Met fan or being a fan of any team, especially in baseball where there's so many games. Think of how John Sterling was the narrator for all the great moments that you got to see. And then when you got to the postseason and television was out of it, right, you wanted to hear those calls of Sterling for all those big home runs and all those big moments. He was as much a part of the experience as any player.
He was part of the experience, but was he part of what happened, though? Like, do you put him on the same level? So you're putting him on the same level as a Don Mattingly.
It's not putting him on the same level. You're celebrating him in the same place.
What's the difference? What's the difference of that? That's semantics.
They're both
in the same place. That means you're pretty much they're on the same level. You're as equal to importance in Yankee history as
to the enjoy. But this is where we start taking ourselves too seriously. The point of it all is entertainment, right? And if you're a Don Mattingly or whoever the player is who you adore, you brought immense joy to fans. John Sterling, if everyone feels that way and everyone's on board, brought immense joy to fans for a long period of time.
Right.
So I think celebrating them all in the same place, do we need to have this hierarchy? Isn't it just like a little bit too serious? And You know what I mean? Like, I hear your argument, but also, who cares?
If you were a player, wouldn't you be like,
you know what? The players get enough. You know what? No. I'm tired of hearing about the players. Oh, no, the play. If you made it to Monument Park, Yankee Stadium, you have been getting fluffed up for the last 25 years. You can't share the space with the guy who had to call the games 162 nights a year.
The argument I would make to Alan is they're not all on the same level because Reggie Jackson's not in the same building as Babe Ruth, but they're both obviously
in Monument Park.
Right?
But no, that's not a.
So there's obviously different levels
both
to it.
Wore the uniform.
They wore the uniform, but
That's
the
why
guy that
it's
was
still in the
there
same
that
room.
called every game that was a party. You talk about the championships, right? Part of your memory of those championships is John calling what those guys were doing.
Yeah.
5,000 consecutive games.
Yes.
Traveling with the team, being a part of the team. I believe the announcers are part of the team, especially radio and baseball where you're calling every single game and you're a part of it and you're there and you're delivering the message to all of those fans. I'm sorry, John Sterling is just as much a part of those championships. Did he affect the outcome of those championships? No. But he enhanced the experience for the fans.
But that's
and that's all Monument Park is come see the greatness of the Yankees, and you walk through there, and you cannot tell the story of the New York Yankees and not talk about the significance of John Sterling to that organization.
Well, guess who's telling the story? The voice of John Sterling. Okay, that's the whole idea of what he did, and that's what his greatness was. It doesn't make it any. I'm not trying to diminish it. You're making me out to be a bad guy right now.
No, I'm making you out to be that guy.
Now I'm that guy.
No, you are. Thank you.
All I'm doing is understand. Now, we all agree. For Doggy, this was not the time. You could have waited, right? We all agree this was not the time to do it, but he did it. All I'm saying is that I understand his perspective. That's what I'm trying to say. I understand it. Will it bother me when they put it? No. It will not bother me at all. I will celebrate it.
You know what's
I'm
so
just
interesting
trying to
with Chris?
say I understand
What's so
his
interesting
point.
with Chris is that he still accepted the invitation to be on a float when the Yankees, won the World Series in '96
as a business
because
decision.
you know what? It was part of the experience of listening to the Yankees win the championship and listening to Mike and Chris.
But we
in
all
the
know
afternoon drive.
he didn't do
but
that as
it's
a fan.
all part of the experience.
Okay.
And if you're going to tell about the history of the Yankees, you got to talk about Mel Allen, who was there from 1939 to 64 and then came back and was a part of the 70s. Bob Shepard, who was introducing Mickey Mantle and Derek Jeter.
Amazing.
I'm sorry, that's all part of the experience and the level of conceit. Well, you didn't play, you didn't choose the players, you weren't a manager. I even hate that for the Hall of Fame. It's got to be the Ford Frick Award, or it's got to be in hockey. It's got to be the Foster Hewitt Award. We got to acknowledge they're not a player, Peter. Oh, let's not insult the players by putting a common man into the Hall of Fame. But you don't think that the people delivering that message and delivering it as well and as long as John Sterling did isn't significant to the organization?
It is.
Just because he didn't put everybody's got a job to do, right?
Yeah, it is. But again, I will say, you still, there is a line.
No, there's only a line if you decide to create a line.
Well,
I think everybody knows the line. When they look at the monument, it'll say broadcaster. Or it says outfielder, or it says pitcher.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
Why does there always have to be a line? Oh, don't touch the players. You
know why I think Alan's truly that guy, and it deserves taking over the segment, even beyond Russo, is he's being that guy. He's fine with it.
I said that already.
You're fine with it. You're just presenting an argument. You're fine with it.
Again,
he's a big Russo guy.
I am.
But I'm honoring Russo and my love for him by debating because he loved doing it.
That's right.
What part did I not say that I'm just trying to explain his perspective on it? I wasn't saying that I might have a problem with it. I literally said it's going to happen and I'll be fine with it. But listening to hearing the point he's making, I get the point. Because to be honest, it'll never happen for me, right? But what I'm saying is, for me, it would feel kind of weird. Because I'm I didn't play.
Oh, but
right? That's just, again, my own personal feeling. Doesn't mean I'm right, but personally.
But they put broadcasters in the Hall of Fame.
I understand
they do all these
that.
things. I mean,
I understand that. But that a part of me would feel I know.
You don't think? Let me ask you this.
Don't put a banner up with a microphone and my name on it. That feels kind of weird.
Why? Because
it's
if you're as significant and you're still in the infancy compared to John Sterling, But if you're still doing this at 87 and you're on year 50 of covering Knicks basketball.
If I am, I've had more kids.
Mike Breen is in the Hall of Fame. Mike Breen, going back to his radio days, has been calling Knicks games for over 30 years.
There's three
probably
names in
do
Knicks
it even
history.
bigger.
3 names. You know them. Marty Glickman.
Yes.
Marv Albert. Mike Breen.
Yeah. And Mike Breen, when it's all said and done, may be even more significant than the other two. And if they want to honor him with a banner and a microphone, Mike Breen, you don't think you hang in the rafters? What's Bruce Springsteen's concerts and how many times Billy Joel was there and Fish with their the Baker's dozen.
Yep.
Come on, man. We're getting a little kooky with it. I understand it's Monument Park, but man, we're talking about a guy that called 5,000 consecutive games.
As I said, I have no problem with it.
I know.
I'm trying to explain why he would say that.
It was all part of the experience. Remember, what you're doing is whether it's the Hall of Fame, Monument Park, retired number, what you're doing is it's a place where fans can go or look up at the rafters and want to learn about the history of their organization. And you cannot tell the history of the New York Yankees without talking about Mel Allen, Bob Shepard, and John Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. You'd be doing a disservice to the fans if they weren't brought up. I'm sure there'll be a Yankeeography on John Sterling at some point on Yes.
Which would be weird because who would voice it? Because you really need him to voice it. I would need an AI voice of John Sterling telling the John Sterling Yankee.
Knowing John, he might have already recorded it before he passed in anticipation of the Yankee.
Because he knows exactly what's happening.
Because we really need me on this call.
1-800-919-3776.
There's only one man.
Dominguez gets hurt. Yankees keep winning. Lots to discuss. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you until 6:30. Then it's Cavs Pistons on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers.
The 76ers.
4 to shoot Bridges. Foul line. Step back. 20-footer. Got it. Mikal Bridges. A step back jumper over Oubre.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2. And with a 108-102 victory, have taken Game 2.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tomorrow night at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
No matter your age or career stage, SUNY Canton delivers education at the speed of life. With flexible, fully online degree programs, you can earn your credential on your schedule. Ready to get started? Apply now for a summer start in high-demand programs like applied psychology, cybersecurity, healthcare management, and more. Our admissions team is ready to help you review transfer credits, explore degree options, choose courses, and navigate every step of enrollment. Email admissions@canton.edu today or visit canton.edu to learn more.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch! I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Yankees fans, have the official Yankees official game day program delivered to your door. Subscribe to Yankees Magazine by calling 800-GO-YANKS or visiting Yankees.com/publications and get 8 issues a year for just $34.99 plus shipping. The Yankees official 2026 yearbook and media guide are also available for purchase. Get your Yankees Magazine yearbook or media guide today. Call 800-GO-YANKS or log on to Yankees.com/publications.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
If the Knicks don't win this series, it would be a massive disappointment.
And this is not a regular 7 seed. Talent-wise, they're better than
No, that's a good team.
Just got to make sure we up the level of our focus, attention to detail, discipline, and physicality.
There is no, well, the Knicks have had a good season, but they lost in 7 to Philadelphia.
No.
That does not exist. You have to win this series. Knicks in 5.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Sail GP is the ultimate race on water, where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying over 60 miles per hour. Think you know who's taking the win in Bermuda? Make your pick on the ESPN New York app, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now and get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP, high speed, high stakes, the ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st.
Oh, you can't say the funniest thing in the break. Just as I'm going to go on the air and just gulp some coffee.
Yeah, it would be tough, though.
Sail GP is the ultimate race on water where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying at over 60 miles per hour. Think you know who's going to take the win in Bermuda? Make your pick on the ESPN New York app, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now and get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP, high speed, high stakes, the ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st. All right, so the Yankees win, take 2 out of 3. Going through some injury troubles. No Dominguez gets hurt. Maybe many people thought maybe he suffered a concussion. Did not when he collided with the fence. Shoulder injury, he's going on the IL. All right, so you've got that. Caballero didn't play tonight or today either. So, but still, the Yankees continue to win. Tough one yesterday. They lost, but they bounced back. They end up winning the series. But here's the thing. As good as the Yankees are, guess what? The Rays won last night.
Oh, God.
The Yankees have won 7 of their last 10. The Rays have won 9 of their last 10. So they started the day just a half game back. Now it's a full game because the Yankees have already played. I'm not sure what the Rays situation is as far as playing.
At Boston.
And that's tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7:10
p.m.
on ESPN. You can check that out on TV as you can track the enemy. So that's the one negative about the Yankees, guys, is that they win, but they haven't been able to shake loose. And the frustrating thing about it, we've discussed how bad baseball's been in general, where in the American League, literally, as we speak, is the A's are now back to 500. So in the American League, there are, you ready to count them with me? 1, 2. There are 2 teams above 500
and they're both in the
American League. And the Yankees have to be in the division where the other team is just a game back of them and even in the loss column. The Yankees are 26-12, and the Rays go into tonight's game in Boston 24-12.
How do the Dodgers feel? Because they're in the same situation.
Dodgers, same thing. They're 23-14, and they've got a half-game lead on the Padres. And meanwhile, everybody else in their division is under 500.
Yeah, it's wild.
But at least the National League has got 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that are above 500.
There you go.
How can we be into play on May 7th?
Yeah.
And there are 2 teams above 500 in an entire league. Now, that's not the Yankees' fault, but baseball's in an odd place. Everybody's hurt. There are teams that just flat out stink.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about the Twins? Hey, the Twins off to a good start. They're now 6 games under 500.
Which is going to make the trade deadline real interesting, don't you think?
Well, not if you only got like a handful of teams looking for players. But you're right.
But that's what makes it interesting.
The entire American League is going to get traded to the National League.
But it is. Now, on the Yankee front, can I point something out?
Do it.
Yes, the Dominguez injury, that sucks. And Anthony said in my ear, so I'll give him credit for saying it. It's true. If not now for Spencer Jones, when?
Oh, we said it the last time we thought. Remember when we thought Dominguez was going to go on the IL?
Yep.
Turned out he didn't have to.
Yeah. But at some point, I mean, when is he going to get a look? So there's that. But so he comes out, so they got to do a lot of switcheroos going on, right? Rosario goes out there to left field, and McMahon comes in the game, right? McMahon quietly, don't look now. Remember when he was on the interstate?
No, not anymore.
No longer. He's batting .223, which is not terrible. In this game, he's 2 for 3.
Well, and he was 160.
He
so
was
up to the 220s. That's
No,
220 is like passable baseball in 2026.
It's not nothing if you ask me.
Well,
But
remember,
it's
a
also
month ago,
what he's done of late. Like that's the part that really kind of, the bad start is one thing, but McMahon kind of, getting himself right. And he's not an automatic out like he was, I think, for the early part of April. It was embarrassing, right? Every time he'd get up, he'd be a mess. That's something to keep an eye on because Anthony Volpe, he's not going anywhere. He's got to know, don't move in with somebody. Don't rent short term. He might want to get comfortable in that beautiful place called Scranton.
Yeah. Is there a museum for the show The Office there?
They got to be.
They
right?
have like a thing you can do a tour. I believe there's stuff.
Something.
I can't think of the name of the place, but there's a seafood restaurant that they'd go to on occasion for a party in The Office. That does exist. I've been there. It's actually pretty cool. They've got like old toys and stuff there.
You been to Scranton?
Yes, because Nancy had an aunt, so once a year we'd drive up to Scranton.
Had an aunt?
Her aunt
she passed away.
Her aunt in Scranton.
Aunt Maxine passed away.
Oh.
She had a boyfriend named Lovey.
Wait.
Lutzy, excuse me. Lutzy.
Lovey would have been interesting.
He lived. Well, Lutzy's interesting too, and he died at like 97. But it was it was adorable. They were dating and all that.
Dating at 97.
Well, they were. Yeah.
Would you take it? He's still dating. That means.
Are you kidding me?
Stuff's working.
I think even Michael takes 97.
That's interesting.
He's taking 97.
97.
Absolutely. That is the one number I will say I'm
text
confident.
Him right now.
Michael, if you
text
say
him right now.
He might be that guy.
Peter's
and say,
saying
no.
you'll take 97 and also still dating. That means active.
He doesn't even care about dating. Trust me.
Yeah.
But just 97. Michael just wants live.
I don't think Michael ever turns it off. 97. Will he take it? Yes or no?
I think he's taking 97. How do you not take 97 in this world that we're living in right now?
Well, again, for Ryan McMahon, I'm taking 223 right now.
That's the same thing. Like Ryan McMahon, you take 223.
But that's a good sign. These are all little things.
Well, do you remember a month
we
ago?
We always focus on the net. Oh, this guy got hurt. That guy got hurt. What's going on with Rice? He's not on the IL, but he still missed his 5th straight game. But let's also look at some things that are happening right now. And Caballero, I am worried because he's been playing so well. Hopefully that's nothing, and it was just because it's a day game after a night game. But seeing McMahon kind of get his numbers up, not automatic out, that's important things to focus on. Ryan Weathers didn't get the start because he's been sick. Lost some weight already.
Yeah.
Lost 9 pounds, so that they had to go with an opener and that whole thing, and they still ended up surviving because, boy, the Yankees are really good at the old school way of get to your bullpen and beat the crap out of you in the late innings. So, another win for the Yankees, 26-12.
1-800-919-3776. Got a lot of people on hold. More lines open if you want to give us a call on the Knicks, on the Yankees. 880 will join us as soon as the Met game is over, and we're taking up until 6:30. Then it's Cavs and Pistons game 2 right here on ESPN New York.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joindoc or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds, resilience matters, and history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers as they compete on one of the sport's most storied stages. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek. Don't just watch greatness. Experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. No easy way to the outbound, George, and especially tough on the Deegan northbound. We had an afternoon Yanks game in the Bronx. Just packed there, heading over to the Cross Bronx. Backed up across the Triborough and the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, not much better. You're crawling there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound, George, upper deck, going to run you about 20 to 30 minutes using 8095. Lower level, just about a 10 to 15 minute wait. Outbound, Lincoln, going to run you 20 to 30. Outbound, Holland, 30 to 40. Slow go on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore, backed up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. After that, moving well at the Goethals Bridge, heading into Jersey. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
Well, then what is it?
It's time.
It's totally time.
Mets are in Denver, and they're taking on the Rockies. And at last glance, I could have sworn I saw the Rockies take the lead, or they tied it at 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. I thought I saw a run score. Bottom of the 6th inning, runners at 2nd and 3rd. They're changing the pitcher of the Mets. So the Mets had a 2-0 lead. That's gone.
Sad.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and the Rockies and the Mets are tied at 2. Earlier today, the Yankees, they won 9-2 over the Texas Rangers. And, of course, coming up on 880 right after us, At 6:30 will be Game 2, Cavs and the Pistons. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Michael has gotten back.
Okay. The verdict is?
Well, Peter said he believes that Michael would take 97. Alan, does K take 97?
No.
Meaning the age
No.
of his death.
No.
Michael has gotten back to me, and he replied with a simple no.
I'm telling
Well,
you. There's no number he will accept.
Well, I got bad news then for you, buddy. It's happening.
You know something?
By the way, hit the breaking news sounder.
Okay.
Michael K will die.
Is that a threat?
No, it's a fact. It's guaranteed.
Well,
print it. Right. And by the way, guess what? Hit the breaking news sounder again. Don LaGreca, one day, will be dead.
No.
Dead as a doornail.
Can't see that happening.
And by the way,
He'll live forever.
Rosenberg and Hahn,
Yeah.
both one day, dead as doornails. Dead as can be. If you don't take 97.
Who says I'm not already?
Yeah, it's true. If you don't take 97, you're not even playing the game.
Who you taking out?
So can we, Don, then let's admit it. Don, let's admit it. We're not playing the game with him anymore. It's over. If you don't take 97, the game's over.
what are we doing?
All right,
Then we're
tell you
not, what are we doing?
Because now you're getting into unrealistic territory.
I want to be 105.
Well, all right, let's do this. Top 5 ages that you would take.
I don't know, 99, 100, 101, 102,
Now,
103.
but why that, though? Why isn't 90 in there? 90 couldn't be in there?
Because do you want to be realistic, you're saying?
Yeah, of course. Because 100 is not really a place for most people, it's not a great place.
Listen.
Like I said, my grandmother got to 90 and said, I'm good. I'm done. I'm out.
My parents are both 78.
Okay.
And thank God, both doing pretty well. Like, we're up here this week. They drove still.
Wow.
Yeah, still from Maryland.
You
still,
let them drive,
still,
huh?
I do. I do.
All right.
Still drive 4 hours to come visit. Actually takes them more like 6 these days, but they got
How
up
many
here.
stops?
You're on the shoulder with the hazards on.
Right. No, it's
hitting the rumble strip.
It's not that. It's actually just they stop. Repeat. It's just the endless stop.
Right.
They never stop stopping. They're stopping at Chick-fil-A. They're stopping here, taking their time. It makes a 3.5 hour trip from DC
Your
about 7.
father had to go to the bathroom.
Right, and then I had to go. So I say all of that to say, my parents are doing great. Seeing them with Maye is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I dreamed of. I wasn't sure I'd get it when I was getting older, and I appreciate it every time. The idea of thinking that it would be over in just 12 years, of course it's upsetting. But it's much more upsetting to think that, God forbid, it could be over in 2 weeks,
right,
or 6 months, or a year. These are all things that are on the table as we live and breathe every day.
Yeah.
So I have to say that even with my parents who are at 78, and I have no interest in seeing them go, and I'll be a mess when it happens, you probably take 90. You go, that's a great number from 78.
I think 90 is your first number on the list.
Yeah, it's a great number.
Because to me, when you start giving me triple digits, I'm like, what am I going to be like? What condition am I going to be?
No, you don't see a lot of hundreds, and they're killing it.
You know what else you don't see? 6 100s.
No, you don't. Well, by the way,
you don't see many of those.
That's always haunted Michael.
And that's
the oldest tall
which is why you
person
should take
I
97.
can think of, and he's no longer with us.
Okay,
was Bill Russell.
Oh, Kareem, right? Well, Kareem's not that old,
but Russell made it into his 80s.
Late 80s, I think.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, he was only a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, like a year ago.
But Michael always would tell us that tall people don't live.
They don't.
No.
Which is all the more reason his takes are so dumb. So how do you, if you're Michael K., not take 97? He was.
So tell you what,
Bill was born the great Bill Russell was born in 1934.
Wow.
He died in 2022.
Yeah.
So he made 88.
Yeah,
88.
That's a run.
And what a life! What an American hero!
Oh, you kidding
Icon.
me?
But
great people too.
one of the great human beings of all time. But Michael wouldn't take 88. He would not. He'd be like, "No, I'm good." But here's the way the game works. The game that we're playing is this: an imaginary figure, a representative of God, comes up to us. We don't say this, but this is what the game is.
Okay.
Here I'm a representative of God. Here, Alan, Don, Peter, good to see you. Don, I brought something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Curious if you take a look at it. And I'd love to get your thoughts. And obviously, if you're not interested in this, we'll take the offer back. But we don't know what we're going to give you after that. But this is what we are willing to give you today.
Yeah.
And if you take it, it is locked and it is yours. But if you don't take it, anything could happen. Let us know how you feel.
I think you wrote, if I followed your penmanship, is that 87? 88?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in a second.
Done.
In a heartbeat.
Enjoy yourself.
Have a heartbeat.
Have a great next
My
nearly
dad
30
died at
years.
59.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. My grandfather on my mother's side died at 68.
Yeah.
My father died. My grandfather, who I never met, died like at 54 years old.
Yeah, same here. My father's
So-
61. My two grandfathers 60.
Now,
Yeah.
granted, you know,
But Mike-
they
by the way,
smoked
Michael's
like
dad-
chimneys, and
Well,
it
there's
was
a
a
lot
different
going
world.
on
There was a lot of
But
alcohol.
Michael's dad wasn't old either.
No, I think he was like 53 or something.
I mean, so I just these numbers 97. If 97 gets handed to you, got to take it. And this is important if you guys ever get this offer. If you meet the devil or
If
God,
I-
whatever you believe in,
If I get the offer,
if you get the offer, it's an offer you literally cannot refuse.
wouldn't it give you almost like a freedom? I know now.
I know the number,
and now I can just live and not care.
And again,
I know
you
what it's
just
going to be.
don't know what it's like. You know, 88.
It's like the Knicks in the playoff. It's like, will the Knicks have to blow things up? You got to see what it looks like. It's the same with 88.
It really
but
is.
you know,
I love
it's
the
pretty
segue.
revealing. We've played this game with Michael for years. For him to say no to 97.
No, we're not
the
playing.
game's over.
The game is
the
over.
game is over.
So we can't give you anything anymore.
So the Knicks, they pick up a win. They're up 2-0. In case you're just joining us, OG listed as day-to-day.
Yeah,
with
right
his injury.
hamstring strain.
Right, so
which
that's
is what
good
everybody
news.
kind of figured it was going to be. The right hamstring, by the way, it was the left hamstring earlier this season that cost him time. Right hamstring, if you remember, was 2 years ago in the same situation. Game 2 of the second round against Indiana, en route to going up 2-0. But that one was a lot more debilitating. He was limping off the court in a lot of pain when he popped that one. This is a strain. They are saying day to day, there are some people reporting that he could play in Game 3, that he could be available to play in Game 3, which would be remarkable because a lot of people are concerned. But because it's a hamstring, you're up 2-0. Winning that game almost buys you time to say, why don't we give you a couple of days? And if we do win, now we have a chance to close it out, bring you back in for Game 4. Or if we lose, we get you back in Game 4 on an afternoon game on a Sunday with a chance to go up 3-1. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like winning Game 2 bought you the ability to say, let's be overly cautious because we're going to need you further down the road in the playoffs. Let's not make this
That's the point. But the scary thing, and I'm 100% behind you, but the scary thing is Game 3s are big. And I know you don't think this as a Knicks fan because they're currently riding a 5-game winning streak, one shy of the franchise record for consecutive wins in the postseason. You look unbeatable. But a Game 3 loss could be big. You saw what happened against Indiana 2 years ago. It happens, man. Like, all of a sudden, a team gets back into it. They got a home game in Game 4. You just don't want to let them up. But at the same time, you don't want to have OG get hurt further and then really hurt your chances in the next round or if they're fortunate enough to get to the NBA Finals. I acknowledge err on the side of caution. But Game 3 is not nothing. It's a big series. We've seen 2-0 leads get blown before because Game 3 changes everything. It could change the momentum. It extends the series, which could also mean even if you win it, that's one extra game you got to play where somebody potentially could get hurt. You love to just finish these off. You go up 3-0, it's over, right? It's just a matter of time. But if you let the Sixers back in, not only you guarantee the Game 5, you might all of a sudden be in a Game 6, and you don't know.
Right.
And then Embiid comes back, and he feels better, and they get on a roll. It's crazy. I mean, this is a Sixer team that came back from 3-1 down against the Boston Celtics,
But
right?
it's a totally different story, though. I have to keep reminding you, this is not the same situation. Let me point out one other thing, too, because it's also a different fight they're in. The Celtics were playing a 3-point game. They almost refused to try to score in the paint. Didn't want to do it. They played the 3-point game, and it burned them. And the Sixers took advantage of it because they played their game, and it worked because the Celtics let them off the mat and shouldn't have. That's why up in Boston they're freaking out right now because that shouldn't have happened. But it did because they got stubborn on their style. The Knicks are going in the paint, and they are scoring over 50 points in the paint against this team because they can't stop them with Embiid, without Embiid.
I agree. I'm just saying that ask Anthony how it was when the when the Rangers were up on the Lightning 2-0. And then they lost game 3 and didn't win another game. I understand this Knicks team is different.
They are.
I get it. But you just don't want to give the beast an opportunity to survive. Jack Curry just tweeted. I guess he just said it on Yes, but of course we've got the volume down doing the show. Spencer Jones is being called up.
There you go. Okay.
So
Here we
we'll
go.
finally get a chance to
Opportunity.
see this 25-year-old that's been down there. It feels like forever. And I got
That's
news
a very
for you.
tall outfield all of a sudden.
Not that he needs to be told this, but he's got to make an impact.
Oh yeah.
Because when we'll see what happens when Dominguez comes off the IL, he's probably going to get his job back unless Jones is raking. I don't know how many more chances you're going to get. Unfortunately, this is his only chance, but you get to a certain age, 25 years old, and he strikes out 40% of the time down to the minor leagues. That's probably what they're concerned about once he gets to the majors. But looks like we'll get a chance to see him tomorrow. Who are the Yankees playing coming up this weekend?
It doesn't matter. They'll win. They'll win 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. does it?
I love your confidence in us.
I mean, come on. I just watched you guys before the show started.
We're so
watching
good.
Anthony and Alan watch the game. And it made me sick.
Milwaukee.
Oh, man, that's
In Milwaukee.
The good land. So Anthony just sent me the NCAA released the new March Madness bracket.
Yeah, this is news.
This is yo-yo bump.
You know what this
But
looks
it's
like
half
to me?
pregnant, as Michael would say.
No, but you know what it looks like to me?
Huh.
When I was a kid, I used to get a kick out of looking at the Jim Cott back of his baseball card because he played like 23 years. So the
teams.
print was so small you couldn't even read it because he played forever. I'm looking at the bracket. I can't even see the names of you're not going to be able to see the names of the teams.
So, but here's the thing, Don. Here's what makes it so dumb. I thought it would actually be a new bracket, and they'd have to figure out how to make it work. It's the exact same bracket.
Yeah.
All they did was add tons of play-ins.
It's gonna be printed like a
That's
poster.
really all it's going to be.
No, but
There's still a field of 64.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's just they added a layer outside of the 64
that doesn't exist that you don't see
for play-in.
So Don, it looks like this. It looks like your same old bracket, except there's a 16 versus 16 to decide who's 16, a 12 versus 12 to see who's 12, 11 versus 11. So in each bracket, there are in the top half there's 4, 6. Yeah, so they just on each side of the bracket, they have 6 different playing games to give you the extra 12 teams. It's crap. It is just crap. This is America in 2026.
How are they playing all these games on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Gross and bloated and stupid and less meaningful.
And
just crap.
And just keep taking.
And the tournament, like
Just
everything else, is the
behavior.
giving tree until it's dead, and it means nothing.
But this is, and honestly, this is what the NFL's doing too.
18 games.
Keep getting more games. Keep putting more games on national television. We're going to have
more countries that don't care about football at all.
We're going to play on the moon.
And we seem like idiots. We seem like idiots because they continue to print money and it continues to grow in popularity. I'm just saying, at some point, the balloon bursts.
It's
right?
March Madness,
It keeps
Donnie.
getting bigger. It keeps getting bigger. And you're like, all right, well, just put a little bit more air in. I want to see how big this balloon gets, and then eventually it pops.
But isn't it? Here's the thing that's so insane, and this sounds like political. It's not about really direct politics. We're not exactly doing great right now financially. People in America are not doing great financially. The middle class and lower middle class is being squeezed.
All the money being spent,
and yet somehow,
shocking.
You're right. You look around. And we're buying tickets to everything. Concert tickets are more expensive than any. We have to go. Although we didn't get to this in I didn't really get into this in ENN yesterday. But so far, an article came out this week in the Times, I believe, that said the hotels across the country and all of the World Cup markets are saying that as of this point, according to the hotel industry in each city, the World Cup is a non-event. There's nothing. There's no indication of anything yet.
They're not selling.
We are in early May.
And no one's buying up hotels.
It's a non-event for hotels. Now, that doesn't mean we know Airbnbs are doing some big things in New Jersey. I heard about people renting out houses. I'm sure there's some level there.
Interesting.
But I wonder whether this is all like secondary market tickets, buying these tickets up so people think all the tickets are sold, but they're really being owned by brokers, and no one's going to buy these ridiculously priced tickets. And frankly, a lot of people from across the world are going, I'm not going to spend that kind of money to make a trip to the U.S. I'm good. So But across every single sport, we just keep seeing ticket prices go up.
You can't
advertisers
imagine the
make
World
more.
Cup is going to be a financial flop, can you? Because didn't we see the
Well,
last
what's flop? It'll make money no matter
Well, no,
what.
it's going to make money because there is enough of the 1% in the U.S. that will spend the money on
And the TV
tickets,
ratings are always
and
going to be
the TV
huge.
ratings are going to be good, and they'll be able to sell. But it's just basically money throwing money at other people with money, and then everybody gets like shut out. Like they'll watch, there'll be a general interest. But if you think any of this stuff is for you, that's why they could charge $150 to go on the train. Because the people that are going to pay the $150 are people that are paying tens of thousands of dollars to fly here, do those Airbnbs. So that's nothing to them.
Mark my words. You wait until those games kick off. You will get into those buildings for pretty regular prices. I guarantee it.
Oh, that's always the thing.
It's nonsense.
Wait till
These
the
are not
very end.
happening.
It's the Harry Styles thing.
It really.
Wait till the end, and you'll be able to get into a Harry Styles concert.
The only time, and the only place where I'd say you probably can't do that is a Knicks playoff game. They'll drop, but it's going to be tough because everyone wants to actually go. People don't want to give up the tickets.
Yeah.
And you're also only talking about 18, 19,000.
Well, in a city where everyone cares about the team.
Mm-hmm.
But when Uruguay plays Germany, and you have X base from each one of those countries that sends out.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd do it.
First thing you do is throw out the record book. And the second thing is you'll have a lot of Uruguayan people and Germans who want to go, and they buy up, let's call it, 25,000 of the tickets. But then you have another. What are they seating at MetLife for a soccer game? 65, 70,000?
Probably.
I mean, it's a football.
Why would it be any different
it's
than
the same
the
as a
football?
Jet game?
So what is
They're
a
not
Jet?
80.
80.
Yeah.
So it's 80.
Yeah, unless they're cutting out something for media or whatever. I don't know.
So at a certain point there, it has to be that there will be tickets available.
Yes.
But until, again, the point always is, and we always have said this on the air, until the people say, I'm all set.
Yeah. I'm not going.
I'm not going. It's never going to change.
When is it that you say the experience on a 4K 75-inch television at home is better than sitting 3 miles up in the upper deck right by the light stanchion?
Isn't it interesting, too, that the TVs we get at home have become a much better value than 50 years ago?
Yes.
But going to the game is a much worse value.
Yeah.
So now you could wait and go to Price Club or wherever your place is, Costco, whatever it is, and get a great TV for $800 that you watch for years, 80 inches, like having a movie screen in your house.
Literally.
But if you want to go, you're gonna shell out for
And
for
you're going to
getting
call
there.
it the experience. Like we're killing this whole process right now, but it is true. And you call it going for the experience, and yet the experience sounds like a nightmare.
It's a complete and utter nightmare.
Speaking of, back to the NCAA thing. So the first four, remember they called it that?
Oh,
that was
of course,
the Tuesday.
the first four. The Tuesday.
Yeah, that's out.
Oh.
They're calling it now. You ready for this?
Here we go.
Very creative. The opening round.
Not the first round.
No, opening round. Yeah. So instead of 8 teams playing in 4 games to get into the round of 64, there's now 24 teams playing 12 games. As Anthony said, how are we doing this? You're going to have on a Tuesday 12 o'clock tip-offs.
Well, no,
when people are working.
Because what they're doing, they see the
take the
excitement
whole
around
week off?
Thursday and Friday.
How you watching the games,
And now they
though?
want Tuesday and Wednesday. Because let's face it, 9 to 5 is not what it used to be. I was having this conversation with Nancy the other day, where when I was growing up, there might be a gas station somewhere that was open 24 hours. I remember the first 7-Eleven moved into Hawthorne probably sometime in the early 80s, and we were like aghast that it was open 24 hours. When I grew up, I was in high school, there were still like channels that signed off, played the national anthem, turned off.
And then went right to snow.
Now
Or color
we
bars.
are such a 24/7 society that there are people that have off during the day, and
That's
they work
fair.
at night.
No, on Thursday and Friday. But here's the thing. People have made plans in their lives of that Thursday and Friday. I find a way to watch. I can't do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's what I mean. It's like you take a whole week off. So, all right, so 12 games played on Tuesday and Wednesday between Selection Sunday, of course, and when the round of 64 begins that Thursday. So you're melting right into it. Instead of scheduling 2 games each day in Dayton, as been the case in the past with the first 4, 3 games each day in Dayton.
Right.
3
in
games,
front of nobody, probably.
Yeah, and 3 games each day in a second city yet to be determined. But I imagine if one city is still Dayton, I can't imagine the other city is going to be Vegas.
Another A10 school. Okay.
Yeah, another crappy.
Rose Hill, baby. We'll be doing shows remote from Rose Hill.
It's like Fordham.
Now,
for 500,
Anthony
please.
just made a prediction in my ear.
Oh?
Which was he thinks that they'll take some of the automatic bids from Repug conferences.
Oh, they are.
And they're going to make
There's
them
no
play
question.
in these games.
They're going to make the
And then, like,
bubble.
the fifth team in the SEC makes the tournament, but you win your little tournament, which used to be the thing that makes the dance special.
But now you
is that if you could get out of your conference, you get to go.
But your automatic bid, A10 or any of these other places, NEC, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be for the
that's
opening
nonsense.
round. Your automatic bid will be to the opening round, not necessarily into the field.
They set the standard with Miami of Ohio this year,
Yes,
and
they
how
did.
hard it was for them to get to where they needed to go. And you're already seeing it with the college football playoff, where it's cute that we're going to get the Tulanes every once in a while, but we're really trying our best to make sure more of the big Power 4 or Power 5, wherever it was,
whole
conferences
thing is about Auburn getting in the tournament
Yes.
and all the SEC and big
extra Big Ten, extra Big
Tens.
East, extra ACC.
The seventh place team now gets in
because you want their fan base watching. It's more money.
Yeah.
So more money, and they think more interest. We'll see. Lots of calls to get to at 1-800-919-3776. 6 o'clock, it's ENN. 6:30, Cavs and Pistons on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers.
The 76ers.
4 to shoot Bridges. Foul line, step back, 20-footer. Got it! Mikal Bridges, a step back jumper over Oubre.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2, and with a 108-102 victory, have taken Game 2.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tomorrow night at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
No matter your age or career stage, SUNY Canton delivers education at the speed of life. With flexible, fully online degree programs, you can earn your credential on your schedule. Ready to get started? Apply now for a summer start in high-demand programs like applied psychology, cybersecurity, healthcare management, and more. Our admissions team is ready to help you review transfer credits, explore degree options, choose courses, and navigate every step of enrollment. Email admissions@canton.edu today or visit canton.edu to learn more.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and Alina Mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Rough ride on the east side of town. FDR northbound, the ramp to the Willis Avenue Bridge. Broken down BMW blocking the right lane. Delays there. Go back to the Midtown Tunnel. You stay packed on the Harlem River Drive northbound, heading over to the Cross Bronx and the outbound George. Inbound George, definitely want to stick with the lower deck if you can, about 15 to 20 minutes. Upper level, about a 20 to 30-minute ride using 80-95. Better from the Route 4 and 46 approaches. Outbound Lincoln going to at 30 to 40. Outbound Hahn 45 plus. Heavy delays on the LIE eastbound in Nassau County. A crash off to the shoulder by New Hyde Park Road involving a tractor-trailer. Add that to the volume. Long line of brake lights from the BQE in Queens. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Michelle Smallman here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Mother's Day is coming, and you gotta show love to the mothers in your life. You know you gotta take care of mom. Plus, my wife just became a first-time mom. So yeah, Mother's Day matters, and you gotta get it right. That's why I'm sending flowers from the Books Company. Right now, get 25% off with code CANTY. Books flowers are cut fresh, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. And it's easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. Mother's Day is May 10th, so don't wait. Go to Books.com, use code CANTY to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com.
All right, let's hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. ENN is at 6. 6:30, Cavs and the Pistons. Let's go to Griffin in Connecticut. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Terrific.
Before I get to my point with John Sterling, Alan, to let you know, with Jose Caballero is fine. He actually came in late in the game for defense and batted.
Right.
So
okay, good.
They wouldn't have done that if it was anything to worry about. So I just want to let you know that
I
so
appreciate
you don't have
that.
to be worried about that.
We didn't have a chance to watch all of the game as we're getting ready for the show, and I'm looking. Yes, I see they won at bat. He did have. That's a good sign. Look, again, there's always the little concerns. So thank you, Griff.
Yep.
That makes me feel better. See, I love the positive things
Love
about
it.
the Yankees. That's what you want to hear right now, the good stuff.
I think John Sterling deserves to be in Monument Park, and it's because when you hear from Jeter speak, Aaron Boone speak, Judge, A-Rob, Bernie Williams, then you hear from Hal Steinbrenner. He was almost like he wasn't your typical broadcaster. He was like a guy on the team, like a player on the team, because he's like a family member to them. So that's why I think he deserves to be in there. He was like a family member to everybody on that team. He was like a teammate to everybody. And the way you hear everyone speaks, you know that he means a lot to them.
Yeah, and also, Griff, he means a lot to the fans. And that's what Monument Park is for, right? Monument Park is a museum of the history of the New York Yankees. And when people go to the game early, fathers bring their sons and daughters, and moms bring their family over to see, hey, this is who I watched. This is my Yankee team, or this was Grandpa's Yankee team. Oh, and by the way, here was the voice of not only Dad's team, but Grandpa's team too, because he was around for so damn long, right? You know, Mel Allen started in 1938. I grew up hearing on
This Week in Baseball.
This Week in Baseball.
How about that?
You know, and I believe he was in the Naked Gun movie. He was one of the announcers.
Because he said, how about that? And that was his line.
So when you have somebody, so in 1989, if you were like a 30-year-old guy listening to the Yankees, then, 20 years later, and in 2009, you've got a son, and then 20 years out, you don't just see like that's the voice of all those generations.
Completely understand.
They need to be acknowledged there. I understand what you're saying.
I was just trying to give Doggie's side of it to see if we can have it out. I wasn't really making a stand.
And I'm not saying that every announcer's got to be there, but if it just hits, and that's the thing, Allen's been around the Knicks long enough. He's got relationships with the current players. I'm just getting to know the Devils. I got to know the Rangers a little bit, but it was tough for me. I was only filling in, so I wasn't there like every game. And maybe I'll start to develop a real closeness with the Devils over the years of doing television. But, to hear, for Derek Jeter, who's been out of baseball for a decade, make a statement. For Alex Rodriguez, who hasn't played for the Yankees in 10 years, making a statement about it. I mean, that's significant, man. Mm-hmm. That's pretty significant. And it deserves to be acknowledged in some way, shape, or form. Let's go to Rob. He's in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Rob?
Hey, guys.
What's up?
I'm a kid who grew up in northern New Jersey, the first wave of soccer that came through in the 80s. And I got to see some pretty good soccer. I got to see Pelé play.
Yeah.
I spent $20 on tickets, sit in the last row of Giant Stadium, and I was happier than anything. I'm not going to drive to the Meadowlands. I can't drive to the Meadowlands.
You're not even allowed to.
There's no mass transit in northern New Jersey. How the heck am I supposed to get there?
It's not for you. That's the thing.
You're not invited.
75 inches on TV. That's what I'm going to do.
They sell these things, and that's why I was like so sickened, Rob, when New York got the Super Bowl. I've told this story that if you go to the press box at MetLife Stadium, they've got a big jumbo back page of the Daily News or the front page of the Daily News when New York got the Super Bowl. And you see these like two 16, 17-year-old girls like in the midst of jumping up and down celebrating that the Super Bowl is coming to New York. And it's laughable. Like, unless they're related to the mayor or something, they're not getting in that game. We're so excited. Oh, the World Cup's coming to New York, and they're going to market it, and the commercials are all going to sell, and there's going to be that guy. I forget. I think it's a Coke commercial where that guy is drinking a Coca-Cola, and he's at the World Cup, and he's got all his USA stuff up, which is laughable because who knows if they're even going to be playing deep into the World Cup. And he's jumping up and down and excited. I'm thinking, like, that guy's not going to the game.
No.
Can't afford to go to the game.
Think about it. They think they're bringing it to America.
Yeah.
And Americans, just what he just described, right? Like Rob and anybody else that that, a soccer family. And they have no chance to get in the building. None.
No.
This is not here really for true soccer fans or people like New Jersey, the really good soccer in New Jersey, right? Like you have a lot of kids who played soccer and really talented kids who have come out of New Jersey that have played soccer. And you would think with that kind of there's a lot of soccer families and you're thinking you can go see the World Cup. Wouldn't that be amazing? And that's what they'll sell to you. All the commercials will be about that, as you said, and none of it will be in the building.
There'll be a commercial of a father and son.
Sure.
He's holding his 10-year-old son's hand. And,
right. One day that'll be me, Dad.
They should actually show people in suits, millionaire pulling up in limousines, getting and that's what it's for. And again, whatever, that's fine because you'll have it on TV and all that, but. The way that they're going to market
that you're going to have to make to get 2 tickets, to go to it, and then on top of it, just to get to the building. And then what happens when you get to the building? Well, you got to get merchandise, right? I'm sure that's fairly priced. Wrong. So think about the amount. It's going to carve you up.
But we're not talking about
better be an amazing experience.
We're not talking about $1,000. We're not talking about $600.
Oh God,
we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars.
I've never done, guys. I've never
no chance
done it. Beyonce was the most I've ever spent in my life last summer as a 46-year-old man with a couple of bucks in my pocket for my wife's favorite artist. I shelled out and I got the best hookup I could get, and I think I spent something like $800 a ticket for 2 tickets. And I was like, wow, never doing this. This is and it was so we could be on the floor in one of those areas where you have your own bar, and her stage kind of came through where we were. They were good. They were good. There were times when she was close to us. There were other times when she was not.
Right.
But to me, as a 46-year-old who, I don't know if you guys know, has 38 jobs to put it all together, I said I can do this right now. I don't see how someone working hard in this country on a blue-collar salary who wants to take their kids, let's say you're from Mexico or some country where you really, really love the game, and you want to take your kids to go see your home country play.
Yeah.
I just don't see how it's a plausible thing. Again, unless, and I think this is the move, you wait until the day of and you say, we're just going to roll up to the building that day and see what happens.
But even rolling up to the building means having to pay $150 to train there, and
I don't get
you're
that
still
part.
a few $100 in just to get the cheap seats.
That's right. Good point.
And I understood back in the day, because I've done that too. A lot of money for, and usually it was on the secondary market because the show was sold out. Now we're just talking about face value.
Right.
I understood, hey, if you're going to wait, a show is sold out, supply and demand, right? You knew you're going to have to pay through the nose if you're going to go to a secondary market, or if you're going to go to a scalper and you really wanted to go to the game, or you really wanted to go to the event that sold out. We're talking about on the ticket, the face value. Crazy. Jonathan in L.A., you're on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, how's it going? Talking about the tickets, guys. I lived in New York, Miami, Toronto, and I'm in LA right now.
Okay,
look at you.
I play soccer. I played soccer my entire life. I played with so many people. I have friends everywhere. I don't know anybody that's going to a World Cup game. Like, it's completely priced out the regular fans. And you know what's the thing? Like, we always talk about like analytics and how they ruin like baseball and basketball and all that. But if you think about it, same thing with the NCAA. The analytics, the corporate analytics have also started to ruin kind of like the sport, because the sporting event isn't just a game. It's more cultural, right? Same thing with like the NCAA, same thing with everything. The sporting event it moves culture, especially the World Cup. I'm Colombian. I have a Colombian background. So the Colombian national team fan base is basically like the Knicks of the international soccer world. I don't know if you guys have checked. You guys can check and everything. The game in Miami, the only game that Colombia plays in Miami, the cheapest ticket is $2,800.
Who's buying
to sit next to God?
Who's
like, it's impossible.
No,
the cheapest ticket. Who's buying? Like, does anybody, like in the media, when they have these press conferences and they announce all this stuff, and you have the actual, I don't know, who is the governing body? Is it FIFA? Who is it that's doing this?
No,
but whatever it is.
FIFA.
Right.
FIFA,
okay.
yeah.
Did they ever ask these questions? Why are the tickets this expensive? Who do you think is actually going to be able to afford to go to these games? Why do this?
Well, that's
Does
why
anybody
you do
ever
it,
talk about it?
You know, in affluent places. Like, you're going to have the championship in New York. I mean, there's a lot of rich people in New York. There's a lot of rich people in L.A. There's
80,000?
a lot of rich people in Miami.
Is it 80,000?
That many rich people?
Well, they think they're going to get it, right?
Oh, no. They're going to get it.
One way or another. It'll be very interesting when we get there to see who actually gets into the crowd.
It really is. You know what? It'll be fun to watch from the outside and not be in it. But because of social media, we will see it from the inside, just how either awful or easy it is to get to the stadium through all the mass transit and how much it costs and the actual cost and everything else that goes with it.
I guess what you can bank on, Don, and you were just saying this, it's got to be that a lot of it is you're getting the richest people from each country to travel here. So how many people can you get from each of these countries that are playing who are in the 1%? You know? That's what it'll take.
And also, they don't want the middle class to go to these shows and these games because they don't spend any money.
It's terrible.
I mean, I used to complain when a concert T-shirt was like $15. Now, like a concert T-shirt's like $50, right? So you think somebody who just barely got enough money to go to the show is going to dump another $200 on a $10 soda and a $15 beer and a $50 concert T-shirt or, God forbid, a jersey at the World Cup?
The first one on U.S. soil will be, I believe, Friday, June 12th, the U.S. and Paraguay at SoFi Stadium.
Okay.
The next day, Qatar and Switzerland will play in Santa Clara at Levi Stadium, the home of the Niners. Haiti and Scotland will play in Foxborough. And Brazil and Morocco will play in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Saturday, June 13th at 6 o'clock. That'll be the first look we'll will get at it. And, of course, they have Brazil in the first game in New York. Probably not a surprise there.
Not a surprise at all. 1-800-919-3776. Got tons of calls to get to, and ENN at 6. Then we're off at 6:30 because it's Game 2, Cavs and Pistons here on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers.
The 76ers.
4 to shoot Bridges. Foul line, step back, 20-footer. Got it! Mikal Bridges, a step back jumper over Oubre.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2, and with a 108-102 victory, have taken Game 2.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tomorrow night at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, it's time to saddle up for some big wins with our $65,000 Winner's Circle drawing. Be here every Friday in May between 4 and 6 p.m. when 4 winners will be drawn every hour to win $250 free play. At 7 p.m., 4 winners will join the Winner's Circle to win $2,500 cash. Ride your winning streak where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Mother's Day is coming, and you gotta show love to the mothers in your life. Between my mom and my wife, who is now a first-time mom, I got a lot of appreciation I need to show. So yeah, Mother's Day matters, and you gotta get it right. That's why I'm sending farm fresh flowers from the Books Company. Right now, get 25% off with my code Canty. Books flowers are cut fresh, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers. Some are even growing on the side of a volcano. And the best part, Books makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Books has over 55,000 five-star reviews. With 25% off using code Canty, grab flowers for your mom, your wife, and grandma too. Mother's Day is May 10th, so don't wait. Go to Books.com, use code Canty for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, use code Canty. Books.com, code Canty.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
And the Knicks have made history again, becoming the first playoff team in NBA history to win 3 straight games by at least 25 points.
Do we just need to get used to the fact, Data Bill, are you going beyond 5?
No, I think it's a friendly 5.
I think it's going 6, and it's going to be a 6. Not that different from what we just saw.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I hate to say it because I don't want to start a fight with my wonderful co-hosts who listen to the show. A lot of you people, man, really down on Cashman for years. Really down on him. Guy's a really good GM. I know he hasn't given you the championship you want, so I understand the angst. But for those that paint him as a guy who knows nothing, he is a really good GM.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in. Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
McCarthy grand slam. Rockies now with a 6-2 lead on the Mets as the Rockies bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Mets' 3-game winning streak is in jeopardy.
That was tough. They went right over the foul pole, and it looked like Mendoza was did he challenge it or whatever it was? That was.
I understand
dicey.
that when you were talking about, foul poles or goal posts, that you do get to a point if it gets too high, they could start to bend and be affected by the wind and all that. But anything we'd get the technology, we can get like rope or something to kind of keep it. There should never be a field goal or a foul ball that you can't determine whether it's fair or foul or good or bad based on it going over, right? They shouldn't be going over. They should make the pole and the foul pole where no one can hit it over.
Infinity.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's also, to me, once again, how is it that there isn't some type of technology in said foul pole or goalpost that just has a sensor, right? Is it that hard?
I don't know.
It's a sensor, man.
If you could
That's all it is.
That's a good question because they obviously have the technology, whether the pitch is in or out of the strike zone. They can't create the technology that it was
Tom, my
fair
car
or foul.
tells me how close I am to the car in front of me or behind me.
Which is irritating
It can't tell me that a ball just passed.
Sometimes it's too much.
The ball passed right over the top. See? Yep, there the sensor went off. We're good.
Not only does my car tell me with a beep, it'll slow the car down.
Yeah.
Which is irritating, too, because I like to be in control.
You know what? You just need like a nice, like a 78 Duster. You know what I mean? Just
beautiful.
You're left to,
just give me something like that. Just beat up, bang around, but it'll give you 300,000
compared to the
miles.
cars today, it would be almost like, cooking outside like they did in Brokeback Mountain.
Why that movie?
But you know what? Because I was trying to think of a movie where they were cooking outside, and that's the only one that came to mind. It really was. What else am I going to think of?
Can't quit you.
It's a classic line.
The only one I know.
That movie might be 20 years old.
Brokeback?
Yeah.
I think it just celebrated 20 years.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Well, crazy also that it was only 20 years ago, and it was like a big, big deal at the time.
It was a big deal.
They were like, well, what's the big deal, the story?
Yeah.
It's like, well,
wait till you see.
They're
No. You can't say it. You got to whisper it.
They're gay. Can you believe it? There was a movie about the gays.
I don't.
And the whole
think
world
that's the proper. What am I watching?
Yeah. How can he love him? He's a man. And you guys, if you're too young to know.
That just makes no damn sense.
I'm watching the movie, and the feller's married to the lady from the Dawson's Creek. But then he's with the other guy from the Spider-Man or what, and then they start kissing each other. Guys, it was a huge, the world stopped for Brokeback
Mountain. The whole debate about
it. A lot has happened in 20 years.
I'm not going to watch that
movie like this.
Who's watching that
I'm
movie?
a man.
You might catch it.
I don't want to catch it.
You can't watch that movie. You might catch it.
I loved it, and I cried my eyes out during that movie. That I can't quit you part was sad. These people, it was love they couldn't pursue. It's as sad as life can be.
Very sad.
And in the way he dies, it's
I forget
way to spoil it.
Up.
Oh my God, that's what
way to spoil it.
I totally forgot.
Well, it's a 20-year anniversary.
You know what?
You don't care.
Again, it's
no. I'm actually kind of upset because I forgot. That is what happens. Heath Ledger?
Yeah, remember? And then he calls up the wife because, remember, the mail got returned back to him, returned to sender. So he called looking for him, and she says that he was changing a tire, and I think he got either hit by a car or something came off the car and hit him, and that's how he died. But then as she's explaining it, they go to the scene where, like, 3 or 4 guys, I guess, know that he was gay and then beat him to death.
Heath Ledger? Or the other one?
No, the other Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I confuse him with
Is it
Tobey
Gyllenhaal
Maguire.
or Gyllenhaal?
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, when you said the Spider-Man, I was like, well,
I always used to confuse Jake and Toby back in the day.
Really?
I thought they were similar back then.
Gyllenhaal was in Spider-Man, but he was the one of the villains.
Really? Is that true?
That's correct.
And then, of course, it's extra sad because then Heath Ledger died, pretty shortly thereafter. Great actor, Heath Ledger.
No, it's an interesting movie, but I don't know why that's the first one that came up. But now, as we've been talking, I'm trying to think of another movie where people were cooking outside, and I can't think of one.
Oh, I can think of more movies.
Go ahead.
Cooking outside, you say?
Yeah.
You want a scene?
A scene where
they
they're
were
actually
cooking
cooking
outside.
food outside. Not a barbecue. I mean, like out there, they built their own fire, skillet.
Stand By Me? Is there a scene when they cook food outside?
I don't recall. The other one that just popped into my head was Django Unchained.
There's a scene of I feel like there's so many movies where they end up cooking outside.
Again, not a barbecue. I mean, just make your own fire.
Look around your fire. That's not a fire.
Wait a second.
Yeah, Castaway?
No.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. But, I mean, there's one when Billy Crystal wore a Met hat.
Ah, the Slickers of the City.
There you go.
All right, so we're coming up with others. That was the first one that fell.
I would think that one would be the first one to come to mind.
City Slickers?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what to tell you.
2005, December 9, release date.
By the way, there's a new wrestler who a lot of people are very excited about, including John Cena, joined NXT. His name's Mason Rook. Very talented, big guy.
What's up, Rook?
Tell me this guy does not look like Lardass from Stand By Me just made it to the WWE.
It does.
I don't mean, and it sounds offensive when you say Lardass, but that's the character's name.
Okay.
What was his real name? Anyone remember what Lardass's real name was?
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, that took a turn.
Hey, where'd we go
Really,
next?
Lardass was that was the turn?
No,
the whole thing's been a turn.
I'm not.
We've been careening off the highway for 20 minutes.
I think it took the turn. We took the turn and broke back.
We are spinning right now.
We took the turn at Brokeback Lane. We ended up on Lardass Street. Here we are.
Yeah.
We're about to crash right into ENN.
That's right. You bet your ace we are.
It's coming. Steve in Middle Village, you're on ESPN New York. Hi, Steve.
Didn't think you'd take this one.
Yeah, hi. Whenever I'm on hold, I come in with one comment, and then I'm writing notes here. There's 6 other things.
Okay.
Right. But to get to the point I was calling about, Monument Park has Mel Allen and Bob Shepard.
Yes.
I'm a lifelong Yankee fan. I have no problem if in a year or two they put up a plaque for John. As a matter of fact, maybe I don't know if they're doing it. I haven't watched, many of the games after the first game. Maybe they're going to do John Sterling's call. The Yankees win, all the time now when they win. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't.
That would be a nice honor, but definitely
I would love
the
that.
plaque.
Yeah.
One other point I want to make, and I know he's a great talk show host, Christopher Russo, I've never really cared for. I almost drove over the Kosciuszko Bridge once when he was saying that that somebody else was a greater shortstop. Joe Morgan was a greater second baseman than Jackie Robinson. And I was yelling at the radio. Maybe that makes him a good a talk show host.
Well, there you go.
I was yelling at the radio saying, if there was no Jackie Robinson, there wouldn't be a Joe Morgan or a Willie Mays, who, by the way, that's his birthday today. So happy birthday to Willie Mays.
Okay.
Wherever he is. But anyway, those are all my comments. Again, I have 6 other things I'd love to talk about because I'm a former journalist, but you guys are great. Thanks again, and I look forward to your comments.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the phone call. Listen, he's a provocateur, right, of sports. He's supposed to kind of generate. And I will say, Alan and I and Peter know Chris very well. I met Chris in 1996, one of the first people I met when I worked at the Fan. He never says anything he doesn't believe.
Right.
Listen, who's more significant? Jackie Robinson is a more significant baseball player than Joe Morgan. But to Chris Russo, the better second baseman was Joe Morgan. Now, I don't know how much Chris Russo saw of Jackie Robinson, considering he's only like 10 years older than me. But listen, he got you. You reacted to something that he said. That's a good talk show host.
Well, and it's the take is the perfect talk show host troll take because he knows how important Jackie Robinson is. But people aren't necessarily always talking about Jackie Robinson, the fielder. They're obviously talking about Jackie Robinson in every other way humanly possible. So he's playing with your emotions to make what he could believe is a real argument, but that he knows is provocative.
Yeah.
That is what makes him
I don't think he's trying to be provocative. I think what he's trying to do is separate the two things. The iconic human who did something that, changed sports, right? And had to endure a lot of things that showed a mental toughness about him and all the things that are honorable about Jackie Robinson. That's not who he's talking about. He's talking about the baseball player.
Yeah.
That's all he's talking about. It's just the baseball player. You know who got me one time? Bart Scott did this. He was talking about Bill Russell and Draymond Green. And he was telling me that's what Bill Russell would be in today's NBA. He started this with me, and I'm looking at him going, what are you talking about? Bill Russell was this and this. And then he's like, oh, yeah? He's like, look at his shooting numbers. Literally the same as Draymond Green. Like, Bill Russell wasn't a great shooter. He was not a great scorer. He was a great player. He did all the other things, assists, rebounds.
Defense.
Which sounds a lot like Draymond Green.
Yeah, but the numbers are still...
But the point that Bart was making was that Bill Russell in today's NBA would be that. He wouldn't be Wemby. Right? Like, so, but saying it, your first reaction is to jump on it because I'm thinking of Bill Russell, who's, again, an icon and a winner and all that stuff. And he was saying, no, just give me the player. Don't give me all the other stuff that comes with the player. And I think that's what Dougie's saying about Jackie Robinson. Just take the baseball player and remove all the other context and put him next to Joe Morgan, and maybe you have a better player in Joe Morgan.
ENN is next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. We're going to start off in Jersey. Definitely want to stay away from 1 and 9 southbound in Linden. Over by Willow Glade Road, big crash involving an SUV that took out the traffic light. All lanes are blocked. Traffic at a standstill and backed up into Elizabeth. Better off using the southbound Turnpike or 27 heading into the area. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck about 15 to 20 minutes. Upper level about a 20 to 30 minute ride using 8095. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson. That's about it. West Side Highway northbound just picked up a broken down charter bus over by the 79th Street Boat Basin. Damage is done. Delays go back to the Intrepid. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn, or any 30 to 40. Slowing down on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound, heading over to the West Shore. Hitting the brakes there from the Goethals Bridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds, resilience matters, and history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers as they compete on one of the sport's most storied stages. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek. Don't just watch greatness. Experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Oh, I know. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's brought to you tonight by our friends over at Fanatics Fest NYC. Fanatics Fest will host the official FIFA World Cup final pre-match press conferences on Friday, July 17th at the Javits Center, bringing together players, coaches, and fans before the final match. Wow, that's crazy. Plus, Fanatics Fest will host a massive FIFA World Cup final watch party on Sunday, July 19th, and will air the match live on all the screens for the tens of thousands expected that day. That's really cool. So they'll have a World Cup presser and have the final match right there. Let me start off by saying good evening to Don.
I saw a lot of Pusick. I saw some Pusick.
So guess what?
Very little Pusick.
Hang on.
Clean day.
Good evening to myself. Took the turn at Brokeback Lane. We ended up on Lardass Street. Here we are. To Alan.
What am I watching?
How did none of my Southern people from the watching Brokeback get in there? I have a request, Jacob. I feel
Where's yours?
Yeah, I feel like we had more Brokeback lines that should have been there.
Oh,
what am I watching?
I was debating it, and every time I looked back at Anthony, he shot me the look.
What do you mean? All I was saying was...
Only one. The other ones were fine.
Yeah, I had a few that were fine.
Only one out of context I probably wouldn't air.
None had,
the other ones were fine.
None had cubes.
No.
Good evening, Bart.
Welcome to Bart and Hahn. This is Bart Scott. Manny.
Wow. See what happens?
He misses you.
Carlin in the background is priceless.
Welcome to Bart and Hahn. This is Bart Scott. Manny.
It's been over a year.
He goes, you know what? I'm out.
And
I just saw him in the lobby this morning.
You mean Chris Carlin?
No, well, I saw Carlin, but I saw Bart on his way out.
Oh, you saw Bart?
Yeah.
God, look at the head of hair on Sham Sharani. He just went off the screen. It's not even fair. I mean, like, Alan, you got a nice set of hair.
No, but it's
a mane.
Yeah.
That's a lion.
Lush mane.
It's a lot. I mean, I want to run my hands through his hair.
You can't. A lot of product.
There's products for sure. But I feel like towards the end of the day, it starts to smooth out a little bit.
Maybe.
I could see Zubin Mahente just looking at him like, come on.
He's a well put together man.
Or Kevin Nagandi. I just called him Zubin. That's just.
Oh, no. You said Zubin?
Yeah, that was not right.
No, Nagandi's a handsome man, too.
But, he is. But he's still. You see
Sham's
that hair.
he's got the outfits, the whole thing. Like, he's.
Now, speaking of hair, you want to run your hands through.
Who you got? I can't.
Take a look around.
Look like you did it already.
What's going on over there?
That's Todd Zeal, you and me.
If he's a day.
Well, if you saw
Well,
the Grand Slam, that's probably the result of the Grand Slam, right? Zeal's probably like, what the hell? Again.
Good evening to Monica McNutt.
I know y'all. Y'all like my knucklehead little cousins. I want to pull your ears and smack you in the back of the head sometimes because you do some dumb shit after you've been great.
I didn't hear that yesterday.
Oh, you heard it now.
Monica was like Tessa in that moment. That was very Tessa. That was giving Tessa.
Good evening to Heather Babbles.
Oh, my gosh.
She's the best.
Go Knicks!
I like that. That's underrated.
Danhausen is still, since he uncursed the Knicks, undefeated.
That's 5 in a row.
Go Knicks!
The Knicks put out a tweet, "Good morning, Knicks fans," and he tweeted this morning, "Good morning, Hausen."
He's in. I'm telling you, we're gonna get Danhausen at one of our events.
Oh yeah.
If this thing keeps going,
Was he across the street or was he in Bristol when he did that?
He was in Bristol. Go Knicks!
Yeah, if he's ever on Get Up and I'm there, it's over.
You got to drag him in.
Oh, absolutely.
Just pick him up, throw him over your shoulder.
Is he small?
Smaller than you.
All right. Whatever it
Now,
takes.
you don't want to get cursed, but you got to be mindful of that.
Well, what if I curse him right back?
I don't know if you have that ability.
I have that ability.
You're no vampire.
Listen. You don't know.
Is it true he's 6'7"?
Who?
They got Danhausen listed as 6'7".
Who does?
Google.
No, they don't.
No, he's not 6'7".
He's maybe my height.
No, really? I mean, you've clearly met him.
An inch or two taller than me.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just assuming that because he's a wrestler, but he doesn't seem.
So he's fun sized.
You know what? They might be giving him the Crash Holly treatment because they also got him billed at 300 pounds. So you know
what it is? It's like that's how Don ended up saying the unfortunate things that he said during our interview with Sauce Gardner. That's what
he's
happened.
From Yonkers. I went to Wikipedia. It says he's born in Yonkers. Why wouldn't I believe that?
Because it's Wikipedia.
Yeah, but if it said Mars, that's funny.
Yeah, but like Yonkers.
Now, you were born in Yonkers. How long did you stay in New York?
Who, me?
Yeah.
The best part.
You put sauce in Yonkers.
He said, who me? As if, is there anybody else in the interview? Right
yeah, but he was so not from Yonkers, he figured I was talking to somebody else.
But this is what makes people such yo-yos. Like, why would you go there and change it to Yonkers? Those are like the kind of lies my brother used to make up to me as a kid. He'd say these things just to like get me in. Just like get me, like I remember one day I came home from school and he was like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe it. Eazy-E was on Reading Rainbow," and I'm like 10 years old. And I'm like, "No way, Eazy-E was on Reading Rainbow? What a crossover!" I couldn't believe it at the time. It didn't seem possible because it wasn't. He completely made it up. Yeah. Another time, my brother called the home phone, and he was bagging groceries at the old Chevy Chase Market, which sadly is no longer with us. It was this small grocery store right near my parents' house. And he was a bad guy. And he's like, I don't know, 16, 15 years old. I'm 10, 11 years old, whatever. And he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I'm at work right now. We were just held up at gunpoint. The police are here. I need you to go to my room and get my paycheck, my last paycheck from work. It's in my room. I just need you to get it because I'm gonna need you to probably bring it here." And I'm 10 or 11 years old. I don't understand why this is what's needed.
Right.
But it's very scary. I'm home alone.
Yeah.
And I was hurt, and I hear that my brother's was held up at gunpoint. This is scary. I go to my brother's room to get the paycheck, and he jumps out of the closet and just screams at me. Is that not the most older brother? Just no. I mean, I scared the bejesus out of because I'm scared. You're tense. You think something really bad's going on. Older brothers, man, cruel people.
Also, I broke my brother's leg. It was on accident.
But that was different. It was by accident.
At the time,
no, it was on accident.
He was playing in the dirt. He was like 5. I've told this story. I just took my wiffle ball bat and just flung it as hard as I could at him, and it's propelling towards his head and just skims the top of his hair.
Okay.
And he's just playing, and he just went like scratched his head like, "What was that?" And I'm back. I could have killed the kid.
And you've never forgotten that it happened.
Well, I mean, 40, almost 50 years later, it still sticks.
Did I tell you guys about Maye getting tackled the other day?
Tackled
by Henry?
No.
My friend Zach and Amanda's 3-year-old son Henry, very sweet boy, for no reason, transformed in into LeVar Arrington, and she became a prone Eli Manning and just absolutely decked her.
Well, I mean, where was her pocket presence? Where was her awareness?
That's the thing.
We got to work on awareness.
No Trent Williams to step
just
in.
Because of how long ago it was since his last tackle. Is that a strange pull?
You know what?
Yeah, I think
LeVar Arrington 10 years ago, no.
Yeah, no, that's a strange pull. It's a good one, though.
Strange pull.
In D.C., he was like a pretty big.
He was a giant.
No, he was a giant too, but in D.C. he stayed in media and stuff. Like he's around, but
right, but it's still
it's a strange.
To our audience on
LeVar Arrington, they're not
on May
thinking of
7th of the year of our Lord 2026.
No, you're not thinking about LeVar Arrington today, unless I say it. And now here comes Chris Carlin with a text. Who else? Who else texted last week to badmouth me? Tyler Murray.
Oh yeah,
was it Tyler Murray?
Yes.
If I have to hear about the Redskins again, I don't know why I became Danhausen.
You like Danhausen.
Go Knicks. Go Knicks. But, yeah, I look over. I'm hanging out. We're in Zach and Amanda's backyard, and I look over. I hear a commotion. I hear oh, no, from my wife and Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
And I look. And, guys, I'm not kidding. This is as clearly as I can describe it. I look over, and I see Maya's feet just straight up. They're on the ground, and they're pointing to the sky.
Mm.
And there's a child. There's someone else on top of her, and I couldn't see her. Guys, I'm not kidding because she hasn't really done that much with other kids yet, so I haven't experienced a lot of this. My brain could not conceive of what was happening.
Right.
I was like, why is my child on her back?
Right. She just got sacked.
Why was my child?
She just took a sack.
And guys, it was in their garage, which is a cement floor.
Oh, that's not good.
Now, thank God, she was right next to like plastic trash cans, and so I guess her head kind of hit the plastic, and she was fine.
Okay.
She popped right up. She didn't even nothing.
No reaction.
No, she no sold
Solid.
it. She no sold it.
Just got right back into the huddle.
What's wrong with little boys? That's my question. What's wrong with little boys?
Because
Henry's a sweet kid, but what is he doing?
It was an instinct.
A tackle. Yeah. I must tackle this 1 year. She's 1 year old.
Yeah, but
listen.
They're boys.
It's a TFL. That's a very important
TFL.
How can
tackle
he
for
love
loss.
him? He's a man. I'm watching the movie, and the feller's married to the lady from the Dawson's Creek, but then he's with the other guy from the Spider-Man or what, and then they start kissing each other.
We got to come up with a name for that character.
It really is. It really does. You can picture the guy talking.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'd picture
but
this.
Those in 2005, in certain areas of this country, that exactly happened.
Oh, no, there's no doubt.
How can he love him? He's a man.
Maybe not 05, by the time like hit cable, like 06.
What am I watching?
I'm watching the movie, and the feller's married to the lady from the Dawson's Creek, but then he's with the other guy from Spider-Man or what, and then they start kissing each other.
And then they start kissing each other. All right, folks. Drake Maye has spoken out on a subject that many people on the internet like to talk about, and that's Mike Vrabel.
Oh, boy.
Drake Maye said, quote, he's a great human being, and said he doesn't believe the coach's off-field issues will be a distraction for the defending AFC champs. Nope, I don't. I mean, he's our head coach. I think he's done a great job of talking to us and talking us through it. I'm just looking forward to getting back to work and getting ready. This was talking to the AP during the Truist Championship Pro-Am in Charlotte, where he's paired with Gary Woodland. We were talking before the show starts. This story, which does not seem to go away, and of course, yesterday TMZ dropped the news that Diana and Vrabel were on a boat together while she was pregnant. There's pictures, there's video. Guys, we're like 2-3 weeks in here, and it continues to roll. You cannot tell me, beyond a shadow of a doubt at this moment, as information, because the more money, every time a story goes up and more clicks are happening, more people are going, oh, there's money to be made. Let me go through my phone. I did see those people out. And more stuff comes out. Don, you cannot tell me that it's in the books, done deal, that Vrabel makes it to the season.
I think it's on the table, and it should be on the table. Now, maybe the only thing that's keeping him employed is the fact that it does come across, I guess, as hypocritical if Robert Kraft fires him, considering his recent past, although I don't put what Robert Kraft did in the same category of what
Also,
Mike
Robert
Vrabel
Kraft. Also, Robert Kraft's job, and I know this is like not fair, but A, he owns the team. Okay, that's how it works. He's also not the leader of men. That's Vrabel's job. Vrabel's job is to be the moral leader of that locker room.
It could come across as hypocritical,
Of course
like,
it could.
they've all got. But I'm just saying, if I own the New England Patriots, I would say we are reaching embarrassment level here. And I know they're grown. Grown man can do what he wants to do. And what are you going to fire everybody that cheated on us? It's not about cheating on his wife. It's not about the relationship. It's how public it's become. Every day it seems to get worse and worse. And I'm sorry.
They're trying to. You're right, because TMZ now is really pulling on that thread.
Oh, and so will other people.
And everybody now is looking for the cash out if they have anything, and they're gonna take the money because they don't want this story to die because it has become viral and everybody's interested in it. The fortune is that it's in the off season. There's nothing going on.
No, that's
if
true.
it's still, and we've seen these outlets hold on to things, and then all of a sudden. The day before the first week of the NFL, this drops.
Because you can see it didn't all come out in one day.
Possible.
Now,
they
here's what
trickle
I would do. If I own the New England Patriots, I would ask Mike Vrabel to come in and say, listen, this has been embarrassing, but you're a good coach, and you've been good to me. I want to give you the benefit of this.
Long history here, too.
But
you're a player,
things
coach,
keep coming
blood
out.
to ground.
I want you right now to tell me everything. I want you to tell me everything that went on, because he doesn't know what's videotaped and what's not. Obviously, somebody was stalking him.
I'm going to need a copy of all the videos.
And I want listen. I'm not going to fire you. I just want you to tell me everything there is to tell me.
Because we have to prepare if it's happening.
And if something comes out in video that you didn't tell me, you're fired.
I like that.
I accept everything. And then when it comes out, you're going to tell me, oh, there was this, and then there was that. And then slowly these things all come.
But Don, the issue is, I see what you're saying. I see the precedent you're setting.
Yeah.
But Alan, here's what I'd argue. It's not a matter of honesty at this point. It's a matter of level of distraction.
That part.
So even if he were to tell the Patriots everything, here's all the stuff you need to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're telling me the entire organization has to be on guard from now. Guys, it's only May 7th. From now until September, they're going to be sitting around waiting to see if the other shoes drop.
There's going to be stuff that he doesn't even remember.
That too.
But I'm also like, I'll just take it to the point that you both are trying to get to. And it's as simple as this.
Take it home.
Mike Vrabel has to decide if this is a distraction, not the New England Patriots. He right now is using the job as a way to hide from it. Right? Oh, I'm really busy. If his family situation, which is the only thing that's really affected, right? If his family situation is they come to an agreement, whatever it was that they had to do. Remember, he stepped away, took a day. They wanted
2
to
days, I think. Yeah.
Whatever it was. But if everything's right at home and whatever's going on with his wife, and if she understands or whatever it is, whatever they've worked out, and he can focus on his job and do his job, that's fine. But in most people's lives, we got to feel like the more this comes out, the more that personal life is going to become a 5-alarm fire. And if now you're dealing with that while trying to also coach my team, hey, you need to take a step away and take care of your personal life.
Right, but there's
you
the
don't know
distraction, but it's just like, you're embarrassing me. This is ridiculous. This is out of control. Tell me everything. We'll go public with it. And then all this stuff comes out, and it won't matter.
You can't go Eminem here. I don't think it works. I don't think you can go Eminem here.
You can't do that.
Get ready, because we're going to get ready for our first game, and that Saturday, boom, somebody's going to send something out.
Which is why you tell him to step away and let the offseason right now is allowing this to die down. But you got to make sure that whatever's going on in the house, either if you're getting divorced because she's obviously furious with you, get that done. Get all that stuff, because when the season starts,
how many kids does Vrabel have?
I think he's got 2, 3. But that's the problem. You got to get all this stuff taken care of now.
Here's the thing. There's so many layers to this, because the part Alan's talking about is very real at home.
Yeah,
we have no idea what that is.
No,
right? We know he said he was attempting to go to rehab or do whatever, which obviously
some counseling.
It certainly looks like on the outside that would be an attempt to try to keep the thing together. Spoiler alert. Any sort of cheating, let alone it being an international incident, any sort of cheating revealed to a partner is an insane emotional roller coaster that guys out there listening know. It doesn't go on weeks. It may not go on months. It will likely be years of an emotional roller coaster keeping it together in your household, right? That's when it's just regular dude gets caught cheating. This is as embarrassing and public and nonstop. And God forbid this guy didn't tell his wife how bad it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he was trying to do the man thing and be like, no, it was a couple of times.
It was just one time.
Bro,
Yeah.
you you know, I'm not, and you guys know, I consider Diana a friend. I feel terrible about all that's happening. It does not look good for anyone. This was clearly, to a complete outsiders like us on this, it's very clearly they were having a serious relationship of sorts. There's too many things now. So that if he hadn't revealed that, and every time it comes out in dribs and drabs, this could be going on and distracting him for a long, long time.
I am not asking him to go public with details. But if you're able to, you could put out the fire by just saying, listen, for the last 6 years, we've had a relationship.
Oh,
right?
But he has to clear that with her, though. There's two people's lives.
Do it. But if I'm Don LaGreca, owner of the Patriots, I'm telling Mike Vrabel,
that's the only way it
get your
works
house in order. Tell your wife, get it done, and then once you do that, I'm going to have a press conference. You're going to tell the world I've had a 6-year relationship with Diana Rossini.
But he has to talk to Diana, too. There's like so many parties involved.
But I can't worry about...
legally you have to.
But you have to.
Get your house in order. Part of getting your house in order is talk to Diana.
Right.
Get it set.
You guys have to deal with
now the next video that comes out won't mean anything because you just admitted. Hey,
that's a good point.
All they're trying to show you is the depth of this, and it's
and if you
out in
take
drips
away
and
all
drabs.
the depth,
take
that's
it
a great
away.
point. That's
Kill
a
it.
great point.
And
that's
it's May.
exactly it.
By the time we get the kickoff, it's dead.
But that's kind of what I was saying, Don. Right? Is like it's the off season. This is now where you've got to get it all taken.
But if they
care
keep
of.
fighting it and letting it come out where every week
pretending
there's a new
it was
thing,
no big deal, no, it only makes it worse, not better. What you need to do is take the sizzle out.
Tough thing for the Patriots is, too, guys, it's not like this guy was pretty good. He completely turned this team around. So it's a big deal.
He's a great
He
coach.
seems to be a great coach. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC. Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th and 19th. See Aaron Judge, Jalen Brunson, John Cena, even Danhausen, and so many more at the world's largest sports fan festival. Tickets available now at fanaticsfest.com.
All right, so a lot of fun today. On 880, you're going to hear in a few minutes, as soon as the Mets coverage is over, the Cavs and the Pistons Game 2. We'll be back with you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock and get you set for Game 3 from Philadelphia, Knicks and the Sixers. Will the Sixers climb back into the series? Will the Knicks take a stranglehold of it? Stay tuned for it. We'll also talk a lot of baseball, Fraud Alert Friday. It's all on the table tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Enjoy your Thursday night on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Fadeaway jumper. He buried it. Jalen